Alright guys, we're back. We're gonna try to review our poo-poo gameplay that we did the other day and see what we did wrong. And that goes for everybody, including myself. So, go ahead and check out the first fight.
They're just getting up to the middle now. Moving south. Remember, they're going to be able to jump down on us in Viz without us being able to do anything.
So on the first fight here, you can see that they're already gonna come from above, and we're expecting them to jump over. Usually they'll jump either on the group or on the cats, right? Depending on who you fight, right? So we have either they're gonna stand their ground and hit us from top, in which case we would have to put some pressure on top, see if we can get some pulls and kill them off on top. And then the second choice would be for them to jump over, right? So the second that they jump over, our group should be deciding which way we're going to move, this way or this way. As Screed mentions, in most cases you want to push towards them, not backwards, which I also made the mistake of going a bit backwards here. But in which case, the point that they land, which they ended up landing right here, is probably the best place to put a bomb first before we move. You want to bomb, and then anybody who's on support, you want to try to bunker the rest of our group to sustain. Doing any kind of either CCs on them, healing on us, any kind of support on top of us, while the DPS is primarily trying to focus there. We're not trying to kill them all, we're just trying to get down so that once we push away and push this way, we can try to reset another push once we reorganize our cooldowns and stuff like that. So we want to push this way, in which case they might chase us if they still have a lot of their people still alive. They're going to push back, push towards us, which then we would have to try to bunker again over here. If they don't have enough people, then usually groups will either try to hesitate and try to refocus what they have left here, maybe try to res people, and that would give us the advantage to try to push back in. But in this case, we kind of all got panicked. Even I got a little bit back here, which is okay with an Ellie, because I could always try to blink. But you're going to notice that even I had an issue trying to go around them, because I didn't know exactly which way Screed was going to go. Although I could have hesitated, or could have, I guess, realized that he was going to go this way, in which I was able to try to go sneak and maybe blink. But once I saw that people were dying everywhere, I kind of hesitated right here myself, and didn't know if he was going to try to push back this way. And I kind of got stuck figuring out what to do. So let's go ahead and take a look at this.
There they are.
So that they are right there. We should have bombed there and bunkered here, but we pushed back that way.
Focus the downies, focus the downies. Focus the down pressure.
And yeah.
Just did not do a good job there. We suck with that. That's not good.
No sustain, not enough downs.
So that
we have to do a little bit better there.
When you see them pouring out like that, you have to get the everybody's got to start focusing you together on those.
Alright, so on this fight, a few mistakes were made. Even I made one mistake here.
Tag and
but
power,
we'll see.
Power.
So our stealth was pretty good. We knew they were going to come up, and we knew that they were going to anticipate it. As an Ellie or any kind of back what's it called? Backline damage and stuff. You could maybe hold in this spot here. The only fear would be that they could pull you. We know that Screed is either gonna go over this edge or go around it, right? With stealth. Because it's gonna be a visibility issue with them coming this way. So they're not gonna be able to see too much on here. They can maybe anticipate pulls here. But with stealth it's hard to do. There are a couple, at least I believe here, that I know of. So as an Ellie, you're kind of used to like being on top of things like walls and stuff like that, and being able to free cast downward. So that's why you're gonna see me stand here and try to free cast. But at the same moment that they're coming up, there's gonna be a clash somewhere, right? So with Screed responding with that clash and pulling backwards, you're gonna see us pull backwards and then going around here, right? So the best optimal thing to do would be to CC this point. CC it and bomb it if possible, unless they go the super long way around. So even at the point that we all regrouped over here after this push here, you want to like refocus that right there. You don't want to use your bunker yet because we're not pushing them, and they're not on top of us. The moment that they start to touch us or we're gonna push forward, that's when you want to use your stab and bunker yourself a little bit more. But at this moment, first moment that you're gonna see, you're gonna want to CC and bomb that spot. The next thing after, you want to start transitioning into the idea that you want to bunker and push forward. So let's go ahead and check this out.
Hard left. Small stuff only. Small stuff only. Pull back up. Pull back up. Pull back up. They bait it.
So they're gonna full push. They're even lightly
They can
stealth
go. Get
here.
ready. Corruption.
So on this point here, a little slow on pushing back, but you could bunker yourself over here if you're a little bit behind, and maybe even super speed, and then turn around and quickly CC and bomb that spot. But you want to prepare that real quick, because the moment they push a little bit too far, then it's going to be a disorientation, or we're going to kind of scatter or have to move either left or right here. So if you're anywhere in the visibility like I am, or in an advantage to cast at them freely without worrying too much for a second or two, start doing those CCs and even lining or bombing or anything like that.
Behind you now. Bomb the corner. Corruption's behind you. They're going to try to overwhelm. Eats out now. Get tight. Get tight. Get tight. Stay with me. Move towards the room.
See how they're trying to overwhelm here, and we're pushing back. The moment that we're in that spot there, that's when you want to bunker, reposition yourself like Screed is trying to do over here. You want to reposition somewhere where he goes. You're probably going to stop for a second and then repush with any kind of CCs and bombs as well. It's kind of a tiptoe dance where you're going to be doing that back and forth here. So yeah, this moment here, we're trying to reposition. So cast CCs to block them from rushing you, and then bunker yourself to move over, and then get your cooldowns ready for your next bomb.
Tag, bomb on tag, bomb on tag. Good job.
As far as if you're in my kind of perspective where you can see downs, ignore this group here, which I ignore completely. You saw me trying to hit the two that were over here first. Then I noticed these guys. So I'm gonna bomb them next. Screed has the same mentality. I think he ended up seeing the same thing, and he started bombing that section. If you're in this back line, keep doing what you're doing to get to this position. Any CCs. As soon as you can see that you're open and he's calling the bomb here, go ahead and bomb, or at least do some light damage here. Because you may want to leave your big bomb for whatever push that they have, or when Screed tells you to. So maybe it's some light stuff here, okay?
Focus the Giants on the right flank. Focus the Giants on the south side here. Dead need a waypoint and run back immediately. Get tight on me here. Good job. Good burn. Focus.
Okay, and this would be another bunker situation here, where you would want to either bunker yourself or super speed your group out of here. So let's see which way Screed actually goes here.
Damage in front of me. Dodge roll through towards the north. Push north. Push north.
You're gonna push through, so dodge roll, double dodge through. You saw me get down here because I actually didn't see these two sealed guys here hitting me. I was kind of focused there, so that was my bad. That's where I messed up here. Once I saw that I was downed, I was super sure that somebody was gonna get killed here. So I was just waiting for them to bring me back up, and I rushed over to the group. The moment that I can, you want to try to get back to tag.
From those downies, guys, keep chunking these downies out. Dead need to run back immediately. Good job. Pressure out on them. Get CCs in the middle of their group. String them out. String them out. Keep the pressure on their backline. Keep picking them apart.
So, as far as our group, we do have some backline, a little bit off tag. Chino's here. He's an LE. I don't know what these guys play, but some of these are a little off tag, but they have no choice since kind of swirled in here. So if you see yourself in this position and you see tag moving this way, kind of start swirling yourself back over here so that you can regroup. Asterisk over here, which is to see if he's okay. He can move freely. And then there's pugs. You can kind of see the swirl going this way, so you wanna, if you're in the back line, you want to start swirling this way. Meet up with that swirl that's position. And bomb and you see their rush here. Try to get any of their back line while you're trying to move.
Like that. Good job. Try to keep
But if you're in
that
support, you should have definitely
try to keep
double
that up if we can.
dodge
Good job.
into that.
Focus at the top. Focus damage at the top there. Good job. Get condensed here to me. Get ready.
Well's almost ready.
Don't get too cocky. Don't get too cocky with me. Follow me. Follow me. Don't go down the switchback.
So at this point, you can see that them retreating. It's not because they're defeated or anything. They're trying to get their cooldowns back. So yes, do not rush in there and try to like stop them or kill them because you're not in an advantage here. You may think you are, but they're just repositioning for another push. So the best thing you can do is try to reposition yourself with the tag and check out your cooldown, see what you need to do next. Get ready for that next push the same way that we would a first push.
Do not go down the switchback with me. Here we go. Get ready. Pushing 3, 2. Get to me. Super speed on me.
So in this spot, 3 goes overhead. Kind of a long drop actually. I don't know if it would have been too smart. We do have the lighting advantage, but if they even got a glimpse of us doing that, they could have just bombed where we landed. I'm surprised he didn't go this way myself or stealth this way. But yeah, my positioning is a little wrong. I am trying to focus them to CC them if they do rush, which is okay on my part. I know what row I kind of play, so I'm trying to CC if they rush and maybe get a stop on them here if we end up bombing here. But they were doing a lot of CC in this area, as you can see. Some are pugs, and even I will get trapped in some of them once I try to reposition myself with tag. There were CCs all over here, so all of that was blocking me on the way back over there. So
now, super speed on me. Super speed. Drop down now. Glide for the last second, and then self bomb. Self nuke on me here.
I could have blinked there, but I don't know why I didn't.
Come on.
To get closer. And yeah, I wasn't there for the DPS.
All our DPS, I guess, wasn't there, so need that information. Get tight. Good job.
My reaches and my wills out.
Here they come.
Back now.
Get ready. Double dodge. Down the switchback. Go down the.
Okay, so at this point that they are pushing on us, if anything, we have DPS left. The moment they push here and our tag was right here, you want to start CCing and damaging right here. If you are not able to hit their backline at all and you want to stop that push, you want to hit anywhere where they're going to cross that line and maybe position themselves here. So their mentality is they're trying to push all the way down to this end here, maybe stop him and move backwards, right? So always try to aim for that middle ground where they're gonna cross, and then try to hit that back line once they've done that cross over here. You want to hit that back line because we're pushing down this way. So we're gonna end up hitting whatever is left of their group in the back. So most likely their downs, if we get any downs, will probably be their back line. So start thinking mentality that you're going to hit them over here once this section is done here.
Switchback. Go down the switchback. Turn here to me. Burn on me here. Cleaves out here. Cleaves out. They're starting to break. Keep the pressure on
Danny's
my
in the back.
They get some downs here.
Everyone's got to get tight to my tag here.
Shade
Tight to my
buttons.
tag.
Interrupted.
So you see that they got some downs over here as well in the back.
You're gonna get out.
Thank you. Take
I
the
will.
downs out.
And that
Good
was
job,
pretty much
good job.
just
With
the
me,
end of
go to
that
the
fight.
right, go to the right. Glide.
They probably didn't
Drop
have
down
enough
quickly,
sustain
though.
anymore, and they were
Get
just
the
trying to
active
do an
phase really
extra
quick. Keep pushing after them.
desperate move for another push.
Super speed.
Screed Marco
Good on them to
Same
try,
as
but
Nope, I'm
we
good.
ended up
I do not
having
have my
more-
wall at this point.
more sustain on that push.
Dude, I need you to get to Garri. Symbols
Alright,
out.
so this
First
fight
up.
is a push on green.
back,
Red
man.
here is already pretty much defeated, so we're not
Go
worrying
left,
about
go
them.
Left flank, left flank,
They're going to
left flank.
retreat and see us coming, so they're not really going to bug us that
Keep
much.
flanking left.
Green here on their end, they're repositioning whatever they have left after that fight with red. So they're trying to maybe stall and get some cooldowns now ready for the next push. So the commander's probably telling them all that like recenter on tag, everybody's trying to move over. You're gonna see in a minute some people rushing. I don't know where they came from, but they came from this side, and they're gonna try to also merge with this group. What we're doing, since we don't have the surprise of the element of surprise anymore, we're trying to see what small little things we can maybe pick off. If you have any pulls, try to get anybody that doesn't have stab here. That would be a good way to like maybe start getting them a little bit smaller than they are. But you don't want to like full push. If anything, you can maybe put light circles of damage here and there, just so that you can maybe get some of their ages out. You don't want to waste too much though, because you don't know exactly when they're gonna push. The moment that they push, you want to start putting some CCs, and then maybe decide where you're gonna bomb. If let's say they were supposed to push here, you would maybe want to start bombing in this area once they meet here, and we're gonna push back through them, right? Or even go around them if possible. But you still want to think about probably bombing there. They didn't do that in this push, but that's an idea of or staring something at this like we are here. Maybe that's an idea of what to do.
Watch out.
They ended up going more to this corner over here. So they're also trying to do light damage on us here and see what they can get from us.
DPS out.
Good on us for the sustain.
Okay, let them do something. Pull back
Caught the edge with my wells.
Alright, so at this
okay.
part, they're already ready. They got all their cooldowns ready, and they got all their people that they need. You could put some circles here, because they have no choice but to go over, and they're not really going to see those circles very well. Just to, get if you're like a necro, you could put circles here to disorient them a bit. And then, let's say they were going to jump and start rushing, then your CCs and your bombs over here getting ready for that. If your CCs are a little late, you have that little gap of putting damage here. We went a little bit further back than we were probably anticipating here. I think Screed was just trying to reposition us in a better position or area. So their fall here would be a good fight, but he was trying to fight us, I think, a little bit over here. This stupid hill, by the way, this curve here sucks to fight on, because if you fall over some of these sides, it's really hard to get back up. You'd have to go almost around to get back up. Granted, we could maybe stay in this spot, bomb here, and then push back if we need to fall back a bit. But if Creed ends up wanting to stay here and fight here, it's horrible to fight in. So
Okay,
let's
good thing
go.
go. Here they come now. Get ready. Bomb behind you
Here
now.
you see me
3, 2,
putting
1,
us
bomb.
like damage
Get
just
some
to
pressure
get their
out the ridge
ages
here. They're
out.
gonna try to overtake the ridge.
I know that they're going to jump us here. And here's another bad spot for us. This ridge is also the same kind of issue that this ridge has. Hard to get up here. The only choice is to get up on this side. They have an actual small little choke advantage because they can just bomb here. We have no choice but to go over here, right? Unless you have a blink ability to get up. So I think this is a bad call to rush this way. We should have maybe stayed here or fought them once they went over here. I don't know. It's a hard spot once you're so late to get out of the way. It's hard to reposition up here.
Ridge, nuke that ridge, get CCs out.
I have the blink, so I got up. But if you're in this situation and you see that you have no choice but to either bunker or see what you can get over, you want to obviously use your stab right away. Get ready to move out of the way, whichever direction Speed decides to go. Put CC, light damage. You probably don't want to do. You could do your full damage, but you may want to hold it. I don't know. It's kind of a tough call. You could not do it if Screed calls it. Just such a hard position to like. Either you can damage your floor and hope that they just all die there, but you have so much. I mean, and they're gonna stop here. That they're not gonna rush in completely. Their front line is gonna move on in here. So you have a chance of getting their front line, but all these people are just gonna probably stop there and free cast. It's just a bad position, I think. So probably bunker up, see which way Screed moves. Maybe put some CCs to help you get out of the way. If you have any kind of healing, start using it. Use your light stuff first, and then big heals for even bigger damage that they do on you. But don't be afraid to start using your heals, especially this early, because they're doing nothing but pushing on you right now. So if you are a heal support, start casting any kind of Condi cleanses and light healing. The more that you see that your team is getting hurt, start pumping up those bigger numbers on heals. If you're free casting on the top, you want to try to maybe CC their backline, so if they do decide to continue rushing, you can kind of stall in their backline. Their backline is usually going to be any kind of extra support and damage, so the more you stop them, the less damage that they have to deal with. So if you're free casting here, do light damage, and then maybe CCs back there would be my advice. Of course, if Screed calls otherwise, go ahead and do what he tells you. Go ahead and continue here.
Reaching.
We're gonna need heals here on tag. Heals here on tag.
So we were able to get over this hill. A lot of us went down here. Some of us didn't even get as far as here. So yeah, we need to push. Card I see over here. She's okay. She's got a lot of space to move, but once she's alone like this, she might start getting picked by these guys. So I don't know if she goes down here or not, but that's something I'm noticing now. Otherwise, yeah, everybody. I mean, we still got a good chunk of us still up here. So they have the same deal of having to push over here if they're going to continue pushing us. So I would maybe start focusing on whatever their back line is. Try to see what you can get down. You may have to worry with a couple people who blank here, but just reposition yourself over here if you're on this side to start focusing this way.
Move north, move north, that's to your left. Flank towards the north, flank towards the north. A lot of you fucking walking backwards. Make sure you turn around when they're overpowering.
I don't know if it would be smart to go back down here. I think we have the better advantage over here, especially when we had a bunch of pugs there. Let's see how this plays.
Like, don't go slow backwards. Get ready, self ready. 3, 2, 1. Breach on tag now.
Now they're just in an arrow direction, pushing hard. We don't have that much sustain, I think, anymore.
Breach on tag now.
So they're just gonna WK us here.
We're blowing our stab when they're not pushing, and so we got nothing left on them. We have to do a better job at protecting on the push there, guys. They're taking chunks every single time. We have to do a little bit better job there. Support, you got to be a little bit more careful with how you're using your stuff. I would like
that was that.
Firebrand.
Let's go ahead into the next fight. Okay, So this fight
Power on circle.
not
Gyros on circle.
completely bad. We did fail in one aspect here.
There we go.
So
moving
I think
up.
we could have had them.
Push up. Corruption
So
down.
on
Front
the
now.
first push here, they're deciding to bunker a little bit and deciding which way to go. They have this stupid tree in the way, so they're halfway lined up behind it a little bit. Some of them are a little like overextended, but I don't know where the commander is, but he has to decide which way to push, right? So he has to either continue pushing this way, which we're heading to, or go around and push the other way. As we're pushing, we're looking this way first, but we have to anticipate that they might go this way. We still have to decide which way to go, one way or the other. We can't really kind of split ourselves in half. So if you see Screed, in this case, he started pushing this way. If you see Screed pushing this way on some kind of barrier like this, continue to focus on that way. Put your CCs in between them, like I'm gonna do in a second. I'm putting my line right in between, and see which way they go. I would do light CCs at first, just to see which way they push. And then the moment that you can anticipate which way they're going to go and certain that they're going to push us, then you do your more CCs and bomb. But in this particular spot, they were trying to still decide which way to go. They actually kind of curled more this way as soon as we started pushing. So they were trying to reposition themselves over here. There's a second spot that I'll stop here and show you guys.
Super speed now. Pushing in. Big deeps out. Breach through them.
Okay, see how they kind of split themselves there. That would have been an opportune time to get them actually. There's a majority of them over here, and some of them are over here. Anybody in this spot here should have been able to CC and bomb. Then try to continue pushing. Screed continue to push this way, so please don't stay too long there. Even if you don't get any kills, or if you do get a kill, try to continue moving. If you do get a down, start ranging backwards to get those downs. Because Screed's gonna stop over here and then decide which way to go, either this way or back to the dead. So if you're way back here, continue to push. Even if you see them kind of split like this, because if they do end up getting repositioned, they're gonna end up bombing our back line. Continue moving. Even more so, if you're really far in the back, you might even want to curl farther around and get back over here instead of rushing here, because they're already repositioning themselves to bomb here, right? So in the second spot where I'm gonna split, we're in that barrier now to decide which way to go, either this way or back this way to hit them, right? So you're gonna see some of us kind of split here, where most of us were here, and then we had some people here. So if we're gonna fight this way now, we can't have people going this way and people going this way, because they're just gonna pick a side to hit us on, whichever lighter side we have. In most cases, this is gonna be our back line, because our front line should be with Screed, right? So they're not gonna really focus our front line as much as they are our back line. So for those people who are going to be over here in a minute, you guys stay there and then try to push this way. They're going to bomb you in that spot because you don't have the stab that the front line has. So you should have kept moving this way and then reposition yourself to fight back this way. You're going to see that now here.
Here, pulling on tag here. Get pressure on them. There we go. Good job. Keep burning. Move through.
So here's the spot. It goes around to the left. Some of us stayed here. I'm trying to line myself, but as you can see, I'm trying to like also move myself a little bit this way. I'm not fully committing because I could try to DC still and try to help the back line here. I don't think I saw myself ever trying to push myself this way. I still tried to go this way because I was anticipating them. If Screed goes in, again, they're either going to decide to go or bunker up and then re-push, right? So I know that if Speed pulls back or forward, I have time to make a decision here. So as I can cast mostly anywhere, I'm just trying to secure a way for our backline while still bombing a little bit. So, anybody else that's
Bomb on circle here,
support
bomb on the road here, full
and
nuke on me here. Full
front
nuke on here,
line, you
get tight,
should
get
have been
tighter,
a
get tighter.
little bit
Get
with
tight.
a little bit more with Greed.
Got the warrior
Alright,
bubble,
well.
got enemy warrior bubble, that's a good job. Roll tight here to me, we got down
Big water on
Static.
here.
Focus,
I mean,
focus.
for the most part, we did get enough people to support Speed, but they just had a better regroup than we did while we were trying to rest some people here and try to refocus whichever way we're going to go, right? So,
Nope.
yeah.
I'm
I
Mills.
guess.
Not tight enough to deal with
We're not
that.
tight enough.
No, we're not tight, and everyone's playing really sloppy tonight. I want to stop and look at our comp. We're here to here. Get to me here.
This fight's a little bit hard
Power.
to tell
It's gonna be a big nut up
exactly
move.
what
Why?
went wrong besides the
Start
lack
dropping
of
down,
bomb we
guys.
had.
Start dropping down fast. I want gyros
Just
on arrow
because
immediately.
they
Drop
had
down.
probably
Fast
the
here.
advantage on us
Get
being
ready.
on top.
Last.
Push up now. Just
So you can see they're obviously going to push us here. They're going to do their own CCs and damage here. Our job, if once I should say that Screed is probably rushing ahead before support is going, but at the same time, support should be a little bit tighter. He didn't call exactly when he was going to move, so I don't know where the miscommunication there was. But at the same time, you have any CCs, stop them from coming over. Give Screed enough time to find a position he wants, in which this case he wanted to go kind of in a swirl this way. CCs and damage obviously in the center here to try to stop their push, get us to go over here. Once we are in this line here, anyone who has stab or support, I would start using that. Stab, any strips on them, maybe start cleansing if you start seeing circles on top of us. Get us to the point where we are moving faster than they are turning, and get us to a spot where we're going to bunker down here, which I think that's what Screed was trying to do. DPS, try to position yourself to DPS this way. Don't stay here for too long, because they're gonna initially they're wanting to bomb here, so they're gonna, once they see that the bomb fails here, they're gonna reposition to wherever the front line is. So in this spot, what I did, sure they hit me a little hard. I was trying to reposition myself over here, which I did do pretty well. I think I only did one stun break to get over there. But because of that small little latency of me trying to get back over here, it wasn't enough time to do enough bomb. I did get some bomb out there, but our sustain, I don't know what happened. We started to fall apart over here. So our sustain should be at peak once we get over here. Minor stuff over here, and peak sustain over here. Don't blow everything you have when you're running. Just do light stab at this point. Once you see that they're starting to reposition to hit us, then you want to do the bigger stab and port over here. And then once that works well, we start bombing, pushing through them, and see what we can get. There are still a lot of people over here, so I don't know. Ultimately, would have won this, but at least we would have gotten a good number of them down for another fight. I don't think Screed is worried too much about the tower, so don't put yourself in danger to win this. Try to put yourself in position to at least get downs and bags,
double dodge through here to me. And then bomb from here, full nuke on
Breaching.
air, full nuke on the icons, full nuke on the icons.
Breaching.
Wells.
You can see me trying to get over here, but once I see that there are a bunch of down, I'm trying to reposition myself this way because I see their ball starting to roll this way. So yeah, at this point it was already game over. Most of our sustain is dead. So need to make a choice here, right? We did get a couple downs over on this end. I wasn't able to see this corner to see if we got any downs, but I think the downs that we got were over here. Again, it wouldn't have been enough to win, but it is what we saw.
I will out.
I'm down.
And no downs.
Nope. Could not.
There's one down there.
One. Good job, Chino.
No downs. No downs that mattered, and we have had.
We were already wiped before there was a down.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next fight.
My concern here. Garri's on
Right,
tag,
this
Garri's
fight
on
was a
tag.
little bit better. There were still some mistakes, and I'll point them out. But this was a win for us,
Inside for a
so
second. Let's get her pairing.
we did much better than
Biggest
we
she's
have
there,
been.
Viz. They're gonna blow up green tag in a moment.
It could have
Pull
turned
in.
around and been bad
Wait for
though
it.
with a
Stack
couple of
here on
these
me.
moves. But this moment
back a little.
here, you can see that they're pushing the other tag and pugs. So I'm doing light stuff. I'm not doing heavy damage here because Screed is about to call out, go through the portal, and they're not sufficiently all the way in. So you just want to put light stuff there, maybe stall them or help the other tag for a little bit, whatever. So you don't want to get in here. I see a couple maybe of our pugs. I don't know if they were in comms or not. They're a little bit overextended. Yuna just does his own thing, so he's okay. He's probably a little bit too ahead though, because he could have got pulled. The green tag over here trying to defend this. And yeah, don't use your CCs at this point. Wait for them to cross here. If Screed decides to go this way, good place to put CCs would be here once they cross this section here. But just small stuff would be okay. Don't waste everything. What we ended up doing, we're going around stealth, and we tried to hit them on the side.
Bit. Pushing back, take the veil, push outside through the portal.
I think they saw something coming, and they thought maybe we were gonna push
Range
them
from
through
this side
that
gets
choke.
me here. Bomb out.
Once they saw that we were coming out, you can kind of see them repositioning themselves to go this way. At this point, CCs, if you have the range, yeah, at this point already, they're already pushing. So, and since this is our ground here, the middle ground for us to do anything would be here. So CCs in this spot, if you can, maybe just a little bit tad over here to maybe start hitting that backline if they push. They have a bubble they wasted for some stupid reason, but line CCs there. Don't use your stab just yet. The moment Screed is probably on this spot. Just a second more. Start using your light stab. And this side, Screed is probably gonna always push in this kind of situation. So if you're in this section where Screed is in, you're gonna double dodge through. If you're in this section over here, you can still double dodge or just move out of the way this way if possible. You don't want to go too far around because you don't know exactly which direction Screed wants, and you want to kind of be close to wherever the tag is gonna be. So maybe light step around it. Because since they're really balled up, they have no choice but to go in one kind of straight direction here. They could kind of deflect this, but at this case, if they are going to do that, then you want to decide to go this way instead. But they ended up going through us. We want to double dodge through that. Go around it if you can. Blink around if you have no choice. Some of us are really behind back here. You're not going to have enough. You're not going to even get stabbed unless you have your own stab. So your choice is to now, at this point here, is really start deciding to go the long way. Probably no longer try to go through them because they're going to have a double dodge. A dodge here and a dodge here. So at the moment that they're here, they're going to start bombing whatever's here. Maybe even bombing as early as here, right? So anybody over here, start deciding go maybe the long way because you have no choice at that point. Because Screed is already in a position to be all the way over here once he pushes, so you're not gonna have enough time. Okay, so let's see how this goes.
Bomb out. CC
Well done.
on. CC out. Dodge north. Double
Breach.
dodge north.
So Screed stopped. He tried to bunker here for a little bit, and then double dodge through. Maybe he saw that they hesitated as well, so he stopped here for a second. And then the moment they did start pushing, jump through. Still continue to do those lines as mentioned before. As you can see, if we would have done that correctly, all these people here could have been potential deaths. Would have CC'd and lined here, started bombing here, and then killed all this backline. Right? All this backline that probably doesn't have any stab. Their front line is already 100% probably through. Probably maybe one or two missing, but still, most of their front line is going to be here. If you're going around, start CCing and bombing. Stop focusing this. This is just too late. This push is already finished. So you want to start focusing whatever is over on this side. Screed is, I think, doing the same thing. I think that might be one of his spells there. If you're in this position, you could still continue to bomb here in case you can catch some of these people who are still running a little late, but CCs, bombs in this general direction. These guys might be a little bit too late unless they're really moving slow, but all these guys are free game.
Out of their push. Out of their push. Get me here. Any pressure on tag here? Any pressure on tag right here? There we
So I see one of our support, I think, down there. Some of you guys are moving a little slow here. If you're moving kind of slow like this, again, you have no choice but to move out of the way or to double dodge through. You probably at this point already wasted your double dodge. So I don't know how you would be able to get back over here unless you kind of stop and move the other way around and hope the Screed pushes this way. Who else here? You guys are okay on this side. You guys probably want to start moving this way, and then start CCing and bombing here. We have 2 downs here, so we could clearly see that we can maybe start putting some small stuff here. Probably small stuff on this guy, and hard bombing here because you still have the potential of getting more downs here. They start trying to res him first. If you're back here, try to do the same on their back line. Try to CC and bomb their edges. Since let's say these guys are bombing over here, they're gonna bomb here, right? If these guys are gonna bomb, they're gonna bomb here, right? I'm kind of, I think, focused on these guys, so I'm trying to do this, do some bombs here. I don't know if you guys would be able to see that. You're probably a little more worried about your position, but drop some CCs here. You have a chance to drop CCs and stop the push on you while also helping the bomb and anything else that's going on here. Yeah, we're way too scattered all over the place, but if you have no choice like this, contribute what you can. CCs and bombs always work. If you're in this area, start bunkering yourself down and helping tag. Get ready for these guys to come in, and then once they come in, start doing some heavy heals.
Here we go. We got a couple downies here. Burn on the downies.
At that point, right there would be a good time to start pumping out massive heals. Everybody's starting to converge back over here. Maybe some people even trying to double dodge through. Heals. Pump. Okay. Don't full push here because I think we're waiting for cooldowns, but start putting light damage and big bombs if you have on this end here. You can see some downs going in here. We do have somebody down in that section, but I think he was down before the storm.
Reform up on me. Reform up on me here.
Texas down as well. You can see a couple of downs that we got in that little cluster bomb that we did. Still some people are out of position, but again, these guys might be off comms. Quad, you're way too stuck in there. Tart, you're way too stuck in there. You need to get back here. Even if you feel like you don't need the heals or support, they're just gonna pick on you, man. They're gonna either CC, pull you, bombs, all that stuff. I even got a think to this point and was a little bit too off tag, so I saw that and I had to move it back.
Good job,
But yeah,
blasting.
a little
Get
bit
ready.
scattered,
Speed on
but
tag,
overall
guys.
everybody is turning now at this point, turning a little bit better with tag.
Speed Azul, get out of that. You're way too extended. Kel, you're overextended. Get on tag,
So,
pushing in now.
I think this was a pretty good
Speeds as we
regroup,
go left, pressure on the left flank. Pressure
but
the
at
left where they're trying
this
to pull.
point it fell
Control
apart
board,
again
get
as
behind.
well. You can see for some reason everyone's focused this way. You can kind of tell on the movement. They're kind of focused this way instead of worrying where this line is going. Screed is obviously focused here. You can see Screed and whatever front line is worried about this. Everyone on this side kind of focused a little bit too late. You want to start putting CCs. I would maybe even start putting CCs in the middle of the clump because you can see some of these guys reacting a little late. CCs and start bombing maybe even here. Yeah, I mean anywhere CCs would be fine, but if you have a choice, optimal position I think would be right there. And then if your support and stuff, you wanna start getting ready. Maybe not just yet, but in a second or two, start putting some light stab and decide which way tag is gonna go. These guys are gonna push this way, so your choice if you're in this slump, probably double dodge or move around. You guys are probably a little bit too off tag and you're gonna get a late response here, so instead of standing there, and I think you're gonna see in the reaction that Street stayed here just a little bit to move over here, but everybody here probably thought that he was gonna bunker here and stay here, so they started moving this way instead of maybe starting to decide to move or double dodge around through here. Screed is probably not going to be able to react and help you guys because he can't really see you, so you guys need to be a little bit closer and react with what he does. But if you're in that situation, you're a little bit late, sure, you can maybe decide to stay here a little bit, but once they full push and Screed starts to tell you to double dodge, you might even want to start moving around it instead of continue to move this way. You're going to double dodge this way. I think that's what happens here. Everybody here started moving this way. Too much bunker here. Screed is calling us to double dodge, and at this point, I move through it with my fiery greatsword. You guys are okay. You guys did the right thing. But at this point, you want to start doing those massive heals to reposition yourself. These guys reacted, I think we're part of the group that reacted a little late, so they're the ones who got mowed down first. So where is Screed? I can't see him on this image. But
He's tower bomb on me here. Bomb.
okay, he's right here. Screed is gonna either bunker here or start moving this way a little bit to bunker, and then continue to focus this, right? If you're in this position, you want to start doing CCs anywhere, really. But if you can, do CCs here, bomb here if you can. Guys here, Sora still coming. Blood, Roger still trying to heal up. He's probably trying to bomb their back line. Yeah, you guys continue to move. Don't be afraid. Trust your support. If you are support, start pumping any kind of super speed and heavy stab and heals. Once you're in position, start bombing your floor. They're gonna continue to go this way, but they're gonna continue on your path, right? So bomb your floor. If you have the option to pick on the free casting, CCs bomb this section because you could still hit these people here, and maybe get some of these latecomers here. If you're dead here, I saw somebody try to cluster everybody to res them. It worked this time, but in this situation where they were kind of really close, it could have turned bad and killed everybody. So I think Screed told you guys that afterward, after the fight was done, that was maybe a bad idea. Kind of have to like, that kind of situation would be good if you like maybe go here and I don't know. It's hard to tell when it's a good situation because they could always spot it no matter on the field. Once you see a bunch of downs, you're gonna bomb that, right? And everybody who's trying to help res is gonna be in danger. So probably a very difficult skill to use. Yeah, if you have IOJs, would be a good spot. Any kind of resing maneuvers or stuff help that. If you are tanky and you're not in this clump trying to help, you can maybe start resing 1 or 2. Don't try to res everybody because you have to go back to continuing to support and help these guys. So don't do too much there. They were in bad position, so maybe let them run back. The smartest maneuver would be just maybe ignore it completely, and if you don't have a res skill that you can get them up, just forget about it and focus on this fight.
Me here. Create downies. Come on, guys. I want to see some downies there. There we go. We got downies.
Just focusing on the fight would probably get downs and possibly even get them back up. So,
get range pressure. DPS.
You saw how they kind of hesitated there on the push and they pushed back. This was our chance to do heavy CCs and reposition because they probably used up some of their cooldowns. They don't have the stab anymore. They're trying to get to a position where they can use stab. So you want to use CCs immediately and maybe stop any kind of heals with support. And then as well as start bombing. And we have a couple downs here, a down over here, and maybe a couple here in a second. If you're in this position, bomb there. Anybody in the back line here could maybe start healing this or resing this. This was a situation where this worked this time, but it may not always work. So you got lucky on this here. But if you're here, obviously try to res or bomb whatever you can on that section. If you see too many resers, then you probably don't need to res yourself or help res. Just continue doing that. If you're support, I think Landry's maybe not res, maybe go help the push. Screed's down, so we're trying to get him as well. He's trying to call shots as well and telling us to bomb. So let 1 or 2 people focus here and everybody else focus over there.
Keep the DPS pressure in the middle of their group. DPS in the middle of their group. Good job. Get ready on me. They're still there.
We did have help of us here to help continue focus on them to get us back up.
Not yet. Wait for it.
So that was one advantage we had. So they're focused up already and ready to repush. You can see that I started putting lines. I think this one might be mine actually. Lining here would be optimal. I think my targeting was just off. But lining here. And then more CCs here because as you can see, we have downs over here. So you want to stop what you can here and start repositioning yourself to focus that back line. The moment you see downs like this, you want to start rushing to this area here to bomb anything that is dead. If you're front line and trying to move with tag's probably I think gonna move this way a little bit. Start to light stab here. And get ready to either bunker or move with the tag. Tag is probably going to see this and tell you to bomb over here.
Fail on arrow. Now hard left, pushing by here.
Okay, so they pushed hard. So Screed reposition instead of going this way, which probably is smarter. They're moving a lot faster than I thought they were a second ago. So they moved this way hard. Again, you can start to slice them here. Get their back line. Screed is already moving through them, so even if they stop here and bunker down, you have the choice of either if you're in this spot here, to stop here and continue to hit them and bunker here, or you still have the choice to double dodge through them. You're in enough range here to be able to double push here, or double dodge push here, and then once you're on the other side, maybe start bombing whatever's left of their backline here. So I think this was a bad move on them. They tried to rush. I don't know what exactly.
Breach on tag, breach on heart, breach,
Hell's on top.
breach.
Reflex
And
back
that's
out.
what
Full
killed
nuke
them.
here, full nuke here. There we go. Good job. Keep burning on this group. Break them.
Yeah, at that point,
There we
they're
go. Much more
clouded by
control.
everybody.
I know we have a
So
shit ton of bugs with us, but that's
that was a mistake on their part.
much more control. We still are seeing people over.
But yeah, had a bad fight. Let's go ahead and go on to the next one.
Stay tight.
All right,
Don't
so
come to
this
the
was kind of a
forward.
messy
I
fight,
wanna-
but it actually was pretty good on positioning.
Yeah,
Everyone was a little scattered, but
Yeah.
we did
Power
well
on
on
tag.
surviving.
Gyro's on tag.
And I'll show you where some messy parts happened, but
Go
pretty
to the
good.
flow. Here we go.
They're going to the gate.
we did have some advantage with the pugs, but
Go
they were a
back
lot bigger
little
than
bit.
us, so it's
Small-
actually surprising how
Small
well we
stuff
did here.
out, Small stuff. Wait for watch their push.
So on this spot here, you can see Screed focusing on this side. What the hell am I doing here? They're clumping up on this side here, getting ready to empower and push. So they're waiting for these guys to reposition on top of them so that they can start pushing. Screed has a good line of sight, but they're either going to decide to push here or start going around and crawling on us. Screed, I think, is trying to keep them in a position where they have no other choice but to move in one position. And my spotting here is to line them and CC them here once they start moving. Have that position to get that early CC. Obviously, you don't want to be where I am. You want to be over here, right? So if you are over here and you see something like this, if you have the range, you can light target here or put circles. Some of you are probably a little bit ahead of Screed here. So ultimately, if you have the range from here, maybe put some stuff, but maybe just save your stuff because I don't think you have the range. The most I think you would have would be to put stuff here. Screed starts to move this way to reposition because this would probably be a better line of sight. You can actually stop whoever stays behind from hitting you while they have no choice but to move and go this way, right? So your ultimate decision would be to line and CC there and push while you still have space to either double dodge or move out of the way this way. But in Screed's case, which he was trying to do all night, was to push through them. You want to get ready to double dodge in this direction. You don't want to double dodge this way because they're going this way, right? You want to either double dodge this way, or if they continue to go this way all the way, then you have enough time to move out of the way and hit them from behind, right? So I would probably say save everything you have. We were reposition here. The moment that we got here, I think they started to get up to this spot here. So I would probably start putting some stuff here. I would wait for the CCs for their initial push. Once you start seeing them push this line here, then I would put CCs. And when I say push, I don't mean that they come and stop here now. I mean the moment that you see that they are rushing and start crossing this line, that's probably when you want to start using your CCs and whatever damage you can. But you do want to put something there because you want to get their ages and other stuff starting to wear off. So that's always good. And then I think Screed starts to reposition and try to dodge through them. So let's go ahead and check that out real quick and see what else we can point out.
going to the right. Go to the right here, go to the right. Get ready, super speed now. Double dodge forward into them.
So you can see that I started to backpedal a little bit because I was waiting to get over a spot where I could CC and stop them. I had enough space to go here. I was not thinking of going through and going around or anything like that. But since I have the position to curl this way, maybe even double dodge this way. This is only purely from me. I'm not telling everyone else to do this. But since I have an advantage over positioning, I could go this way, curl this way, or even blink through it, right? Which I think I actually did. I think I did a blink, actually. If you're in here, start CCing. If you're in this ball, obviously, Screed is going to double dodge and push. The moment that you hit this side, the majority of them that are past this line are going to come and stop here. The rest who are a little slower don't know where they're going. They're going to either try to continue filtering or their tag is going to tell them to stop here and turn around and push here, right? But you still have so many options to get out of the way. The moment that you can get yourself here, instantly turn around, CC, bomb this area. Put pressure on them so that they have no choice but to stop and split each other. At that point, Screed is going to make a decision on who to push, either there or here. We obviously have portal advantage, so we can always go back inside if necessary. We have pug advantage, casting this way. So all these pugs are obviously going to focus freely. Or even right now, they're probably already doing that. We probably even have pugs over here. Some of them went down, obviously, here. But you guys start deciding to go through. If you're over here, don't even bother coming this way, because Screed is already getting ready to push. Probably start following yourself here and moving this way, because you have the advantage of starting to free cast a little bit like these guys. Maybe don't go all the way over here until Screed gets over here. Maybe start balling and moving this way. You can miss all these circles that they're casting this way. So you have enough space to move around and decide. If Screed for some reason decides to go this way and they start pushing you this way, you have the advantage of double dodging this way. But everybody here, which actually everybody here did a good job of clumping up, you start to decide to go this way. CCing and bombing here, obviously.
Go forward into them, and nuke on me.
It was a little bit messy. You could see that some people went this way, and that's what caused you to die. Some of them almost made it. Maybe even Serene made it. I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But the majority of you did a good job going this way. But you should see some of you all deciding to go this way. I had enough space. That's why I did it. But I could see that you all didn't have enough space because you were right in that bomb. Even this small little section here, you probably felt that, and that's what killed you. Everyone else, I don't know if they made it this way or not. I gotta see if this turns up better than what it looks like.
Stab an eagle from here. Create downies here, create down.
So I see Keynes, who was on that side, didn't push or move. He got hit. Prince did okay. He stayed where he was. He could have started moving this way, but he was safe at least. Let's see who else. Yuna, everybody here. Tart's in good positioning. Maybe start worrying about these guys because they're gonna just either decide to hit something here or downs here. If you're a support, start healing. Probably hold the next stab so far. But start healing and start CCing and bombing whatever's left. Ready for the next push. Maybe, I don't know, even empower here if you have the option, I guess. But we got one down. We could res. One completely down. Couple downs we could focus here to get. Chains is probably a little bit late to res unless Prince here was able to get him up. We'll see. But probably avoid that. Everybody else is going to have to run back. Unless we get an IOG on them.
Guys, there we
I
go.
will out.
Bomb back group down.
Both on them?
So at this point, they have enough force to be able to continue pushing on us. So again, get ready for that. Start. This is the point where you want to use your stabs. And then at this point, CC this and bomb here and get ready to double dodge through again. If you have the option. Probably don't double dodge out this way because they could always recast and get you because you're not going to have the stab. But get close enough because if Screed is going to push this way, he's going to probably push this way. So you want to get close enough here, double dodge, maybe avoid some of these circles. That option would be to go this way because that's even more pressure on you. Then yeah, some of you guys are a little bit behind, so I don't know if you guys make it. Overall, this fight only killed maybe 4 or 5 of us. So I don't know how we managed it, but we did pretty good. Even though our positioning was a little weird.
Back group of downies. There we go. Push back to
There
the
you see me pushing to the side. And at that very moment that I pushed to the side, instead of worrying about myself and getting myself free, I turn around instantly and bomb back where we are. Give support and help to anybody who stayed behind. Obviously, we have a shit ton of downs over here. I could start focusing, but I would put light damage here and put the heavy damage here. Anywhere Tag is and he's struggling, you want to put the heavy damage there, and then the light damage over here. Everybody over here did probably a good job. I think everybody swirled over here. The only one I think I might have saw was Jairus, but we'll see. But heavy damage support, any kind of cleansing, heavy healing. This is where you want to use it. Again, don't hesitate to use your heals. Use it when big optimal things happen like this. Even if you're not low, start pumping it out because even getting that refresh helps a lot.
Back to them again. Focus. A lot of downies here, guys. Get them here. Burn these group of downies. Burn this group of downies. There we go.
Big water.
Focus left flank here. Flank here. Full nuke right there. Full nuke right there. All
So we get one of us down. We have more downs over here, and now everyone's there's Jairus, which I thought I saw her go down, but yeah, right there, optimal place to start putting CCs. Bomb all this section here. You don't want when they're running away from you like this. You don't want to put your damage here because they're going to be the front line. You have a better advantage of putting CCs and damage here. Pick on these downs if you're recasting or able to. Maybe get our down up. We have enough time to do that. We might even have enough time, and I think Cholo's already doing that with Jairus. But if you're in this position with Jairus, I would worry that they might turn around and hit you, because they're probably going to see you at least. So at that moment, get ready to move out of the way or double dodge and move. Yeah, probably only res if you have the option and have the stun break to be able to move out of the way in case they turn around. Otherwise, just call it out and see if somebody else can do it.
damage out. We got left of HOB group. Get the pressure on them. They're backpedaling. Get the pressure on them. Get the pressure on them. Range that shit.
So I'm in a situation where I didn't expect them to rush back this way. And I have no more like real good CCs or blink or sunbreak. I have one good dodge, but that good dodge is only going to get me as far as here. So I'm actually a little lucky they didn't bomb me or pull, but I'm actually in a bad position. I didn't expect this to happen. But you can see me rushing the move out of the way this way instead of going this way, because going this way, obviously, nobody's here to help me. So I'm trying to get back over here. I see tag here, so I'm trying to get over here, but my option is to go this way to maybe get around it. What else is going on here? We have it down over here. I don't think anybody would have been able to see it. But yeah, not bad in positioning. We're obviously still focusing them here. A lot of pressure from them. So good on us. We're
Range
good.
that shit. Here we go. Get ready. Pushing in. 3,
Give me
2, 1.
dodging this
Big
way.
pressure into the
But you noticed that I didn't go all the way. The moment that I saw them stop and not moving towards me, I stopped, turned around, started putting pressure back on them. So don't be afraid in that kind of situation. Do what you can to get out of the way, move around, and do what you can. If you see that they are continuing to move towards you, then yeah, continue to move towards the tag, or hope the tag is coming in to help you, you know? But yeah, trust. All
big
about
push
trust.
into them. Big push into them. Full nuke. CC's on me here. All pressure. Self-bomb.
And yeah, at this point,
There we go. Keep
they have
turning on their
no
back line. They're broken.
nothing
Keep
else
after
to
them.
do but
Keep
to
pushing after them.
retreat a
Keep
little
pushing
bit.
after them.
Now, this doesn't mean it's game over. It just means they're trying to reposition themselves. Now they could, as they are, kind of string us along to see how many people come with them. So if you're in this section, just because you have the advantage to push them, be ready to do any kind of sustain or anything here. If you are support, definitely try to rush up as fast as you can to help. So that's where you're going to probably be needed. If you're backline, you probably don't have to worry too much. Yeah, I'll continue to move forward, but continue to free cast. Because even if they stop and move, you have a chance to bomb there and then move in. But yeah, a little bit strung out, but
There we go.
lighting,
Good job.
we have an
Guys,
advantage.
get your backs here. There we go. Every time we fight these guys, that's our game plan. We push in on them. Bait the push and then push it. Save the stab and Aegis for it, both of it.
We're going to move on to the
We
next
get
one.
through and then we nuke the stab way too early again, guys. Get that poundage right there.
They're coming.
I'm in.
Get off the gate. Get off the gate. Get off the gate. Get
This
off the
was
gate.
messy.
Get off
We
the gate.
failed this one, and they were actually moving a lot better this time. So it was really hard to put down CC in the right spots.
Seal.
So we'll call it out as we see it.
Still ain't gonna push by himself.
Literally.
So here we are positioning, getting
Push
stats
forward into
ready.
them now. Push into
Screed is moving again a little bit quicker than we are. And I don't know if that's his communication with us, but he should be maybe calling and let us know that he's going to push in. At this point, if you're in the front end, which nobody really is, maybe wait just a little bit. Once we're all in this position here, start putting down your CCs, because they're probably already going to be across this line. They're probably going to be more like here already. Start putting your CCs. Speed is a little bit ahead, so maybe drop it just a second early, but it's still going to be, I think, a little bit too late. Start dropping your CCs. Would maybe hold the bomb though, because they could always stop and sustain, and kind of would be a waste of a bomb. Maybe put light stuff there and see what happens. Screen's either going to try to reposition and move. At the moment of hesitation, or the moment that they push through us, then you put your heavy CCs and damage. I think at this point they hesitated, and so did we. So it's kind of hard to put everything in that position.
some aggressive push. Breach in 3, 2,
You
1.
see me
Breach on me
putting a
here. Breach on me here.
and you see them stopping and moving to the side. Where we're doing a good job of positioning ourselves. Some of us are a little bit behind here, but we're actually doing okay. You guys should probably move more this way. But overall not bad. You could still have enough range to put any kind of light stab at this point already, and get ready to do light heals. And then start CCing that section there. Unless Screed pushes for some reason this way. Don't maybe not put anything over here yet. If they turn around and go this way, start putting your CCs over here. If they push this way, you want to put your CCs and bombs here. Overall, you still have a good advantage of hitting any of these guys if they do one or the other. So this is a good spot to align to figure out where you want to put stuff, right? I would probably worry a little bit about Seal because they can do a hit on us on the side and affect us. But since we're not focused on them, focus on what's ahead of us, right? So again, focus on that box there. The moment that they push is when you want to start doing your bigger damage. Put light stuff at this spot here.
Right here, full nuke right here, push them back. Good job. Great damage right there. There we go. Get ready.
If you have a meteor, that's a good spot to put it. Again, I usually use meteors either in the defense or when they're boxed in like that. I don't use it as a full DPS, so that's why you see almost nothing else really spent. I still have my lava font. I'm ready to go into Earth with that other lava thing, and I could always use my fiery greatsword, right? So I haven't used anything major. I did use my firestorm a little early, probably.
Have an Aegis and 3.
But here at this spot, you can see that they did reposition going this way and then move this way. So we were okay. We were maybe starting to put stab. But I don't know if we already used stab because Creed said something about us using our stab a little early or a little too late. And then this is where you want to use your stab here. Because at this point, you're gonna get ready to either push the side, push in, or double dodge, right? So anyone here, you want to start putting your CCs and bombing this section here. If you're in the back line, kind of like where I am, maybe start moving in this direction to try to reposition because we're kind of moving a little slow. Canes, you're in a bad position because yeah, you can maybe double dodge through if you have enough space, but we don't ultimately know what Screed's going to do. So if Screed moved this way, then you would be in trouble. You would have to double dodge and hope that nobody in the back line hit you. If you're kind of stuck in this position, then you might want to just back off completely and see what happens. But either that or stop and do whatever you can to help and hope the Screed moves back this way and then double dodge to him. Let me see. Anyone else? Gino's okay. He's kind of with me. You'd always blink if necessary. I think ultimately what happened is they kind of swirled in this direction here. And we did what we can to stop them in this section, but we didn't have enough. And then our stab didn't last long enough.
Come on, double dodge towards the keep now. Towards the keep and bomb on me here, bomb on me here, bomb on me here. Gets my tag here,
You can see that I'm trying to CC that line and then damage in this area. We didn't get anything though. We had a couple lows here we could have focused. Tag's over here, so I'm kind of trying to focus where tag is. In the general direction. Super heals should be going on here because now they have a lot of pressure on us. I don't know what the hell's going with Juno over there. You guys should start, or you guys are still there. You guys should have started moving this way. And Keynes is okay, so he stayed ground, like I said, and was able to stay alive because we moved this way. So lucky on him on that one. Some of y'all pushed a little bit too ahead. But those are some of y'all are pugs.
my tag, rolling IO on top of me. Get out of that bubble, get out of that.
And you see that a couple of y'all that were over here either tried to dodge through that and didn't have enough. Some of y'all stayed for too long. And you want to bunker and slowly move while Screed decides to go either that way, this way, but Screed decided to go this way. If you're gonna bunker and then start rolling around this area to see what Screed's gonna do, then move. And CC and damage. Heavy heals. Heavy heals. There's a bubble over here for some reason.
That bubble, get out of the bubble.
I'm
Good
out.
job,
Rolling IOL
IOL
too.
again. Good job, get a good separation there.
I got interrupted.
At this point, we have a lot of us down. I don't know if we had enough stab or anything
Right
for
there,
this.
get CC'd
So
on
they're
the
gonna
right.
get WK us and another bubble.
Trying IOL again.
I could outrun a
Nope.
centaur.
I think we blew the stab way too early again, guys. The reason I'm saying bomb,
Northwest
don't go
side.
through yet.
Alright, this
No,
fight is a
water,
little
water,
bit
water,
messy.
water.
Get him here.
Over there.
Look right,
We
look
did
right.
okay.
They're on the right. Bomb. Get ready to bomb the choke. Get ready.
We had both
Pull it
red
back a little
and
bit. Watch
green
out for that
fighting in
counter
here
bomb.
as well.
By my will.
So
Revive.
most of the
Bugs.
fight,
Swing
I
around,
think,
swing left all the way around here to me.
red
Gyro's
was
over here on me. Gyro's here on me. Gyro's here on me.
having the same idea
Last
as
ones.
us to
Black.
focus on
Red
green
group
instead
in the
of
breach.
each other. So we were
Inside.
trying to help each other with
Green's in
killing
the cat
red.
spot
Green.
inside.
Okay, here we go.
So
Pushing in.
we weren't really focused
Pull
on
away
red
for
here,
it. Pull back a little bit.
so
Pull back a little bit.
it's just looking what
Now
optimal
push.
positioning we could get on green.
Range in
So as
front.
soon
Range
as
in front.
red
Keep the
was
door
hitting
behind you.
green,
You have to backpedal
we
out
went
of
ahead
it.
and went
Push in again.
inside
Guys,
to
it's both
slam
servers.
green.
Do not overextend. Just we're gonna-
I'm just trying to put CC so
Jackasses.
red could take care of them.
Don't focus red. Focus the green assholes on the right.
We
Decided I
see
wanna
green
kill
roll on the
Black
top. Red at this point sees us.
Holds.
We
Get
kind
side
of
on me here.
eye
Get
locked
side on
each
me.
other, and we kind of
The bugs are definitely gonna die.
nodded to each other like, okay, we're hitting green.
Veil
It was
down
kind of
behind
almost
in the
that kind
middle.
of
No, yeah.
feeling there.
Wells 10 seconds.
And then, yeah,
Sorry,
green's
Keep it with me. Keep it with me.
So
Keep it with me.
we're repositioning. We need to get it ready for stealth here. So where is
Corruption's out in
he
front
going
now.
to go? I
Corruption's
did not
in
know. So I thought he was going to go up here and then stealth and go down, but he stayed down a little bit. So I turn around, get CCs. You see me putting the mud over here. Alright, sorry about that. I had to edit that section again. So yeah, what happened
Corruption's out
here
in front
was
now. Corruption.
Screed had to reposition down here. You can see that they're in full force on us already. So you're gonna see me put a mud here to try to CC and slow them down. I have, I think, another CC for chill going off in a minute, and then lines. So any CCs I could do to block them, I'm doing that. While at the same time, I'm thinking, how am I going to get across? I'm a little bit behind. So what am I going to do to get over, potentially over here? Because these guys are going to curl in this way. They're not going to really curl this way. Unless for some reason Screed pushes back, which would give me a better positioning, but I'm thinking ahead in case I don't have the good positioning. So I'm thinking about going around. Everybody here should be CCing, maybe even starting to put light stuff and then bombing directly after. And yeah, try to curl or double dodge through. Screed is probably going to stop over here in a second. Let's go see that.
In front.
Wells.
Stab one. Double dodge
Stand your
through
ground.
and breach on tag now. Breach on
Breach.
tag.
Yeah, that's where you would want to do your first stab there. Start doing heals. Doesn't look like we're getting hit that hard. Definitely roll out light heals first. If it's way more damage than you think, definitely start use heavy heals. The one thing I would say about the people who got caught here, if you're having issues double dodging through this, which you probably shouldn't unless you were CC'd for some reason, get your stun breaks ready if you have anything, super speed, maybe even some stab abilities. Get ready for that and double dodge. If you don't know how to anticipate double dodging, the moment that they were here, either putting at least a little bit of light pressure on you, that's when you kind of want to start using your dodges. Don't use them right away. If you were over here and using the dodges before they even started hitting, you probably wasted some dodges here. Because even if you were late on this positioning already, you still have enough double dodges to get around this way, maybe even this way, if it was safe enough to do it. Some people here got caught. You're going to see the camera spin, and you're going to see a lot of people here getting caught. I don't know if you guys are using your double dodge today, but this was an easy double dodge to do here. I don't know exactly why everybody got
Full nuke here.
down
Full
there.
nuke here. Full nuke here on me. Get tighter. Get
Iowa
tighter.
out.
Get tighter. Keep moving. We're not sitting there. Keep moving.
Let me go back here.
Stab one. Double dodge
Stand your
through
ground.
and breach on tag now. Breach on tag.
Breaching.
Full
Trying to
nuke here.
see
Full
some
nuke here.
people
Full
over
nuke here on
here
me.
getting
Get
down.
tighter. Get
I will
tighter.
out.
Get tighter. Keep moving. We're not sitting there. Keep moving.
Got Law, Serene, Gold. Here. So you all had no chance to double dodge. You didn't even have that much pressure. Had enough time to double dodge your move. This was the heavy damage here. This is definitely you needed to double dodge to get out of here. Good positioning on everybody who did stay alive. I see some people trying to res. If you have a quick reaction to be able to do that, you have a small chance before they start bombing again. But get ready to realign yourself out of there if you have any save abilities, because they could still try to pull you here if they have any pulls, and get those people as well, because you might not have to stab anymore.
Good eye wells. Good job. Keep flanking.
Good positioning. We have another chance here to res this guy. I don't know if this guy's going for him or not. At this point, they're rushing this way still. Our lines and CCs, since this is kind of ledge here for us to take advantage of, they have no choice to go this way or to go this way. If they go this way, they have enough range to be able to hit them. So they're trying to go through us here. We want to CC here, damage here. Anybody caught in this ridge here is going to have a tough time to get around it. So yeah, good spot here to do.
At the top there,
put
pressure
any
at the top
pressure.
there. Push those guys off. Push them off.
So many people there that we could have got.
Behind us.
Down to the
Some of them
circles.
survived.
Keep moving.
We're able to get back to
Good
their
job. I know
group.
we got
Got one
Johnny's
person there.
Pushing back
Reds
in on
again
our, pushing
with
back
us
in
here.
towards
They're
our
not
Johnny,
pushing
see if we
us,
can get
so
our guys
they're
up.
trying to see what they can get on
Those
the
are
red.
running back.
They're
Didn't
dead.
run
Wasting
over.
my stealth.
We're trying to reposition
Pushing
ourselves,
in.
see what
Follow,
we
might
can
be
get
able to
out
get you up.
of reses.
Green behind.
Behind us, guys. Focus the cursor.
We see some green coming up behind us here. Not enough to do a huge damage, but enough to get some of us who are a little bit behind, including myself. Maybe off tag here and maybe get us down. Red's not going to push us back, I think. I don't think we're afraid of red at this point. We're more afraid of them. So I'm just trying to get myself over here. He's already calling to get these guys out. And we're trying to push them out of this edge here to get them off of this fight.
I'm down.
Focus cur behind us. Pressure pulling on tag here. There we go. Kill the cur out. Good catch. Good catch, Curl. Another Muna missed into us.
Missing.
Got 2
Hold there. Get
downs.
ready to revive.
3
3,
downs.
2, 1. Revive up now.
And the rest of them
Good
on
job. Burn on
the
the
edge
finish
there.
these guys off.
We weren't able to get
Pressure
those
towards
guys,
arrow.
I
Pressure
think.
towards keep guys. Focus the guys on arrow. We
But
gotta
we
get
at
these guys
least
off our
got
asses.
them off
Push them
pressure.
out. Get them off of us. There we go. Good
Now
job.
you can see red over here getting the pressure from green. Since we're kind of like a little bit double teaming right now, we're in our reactionary kind of position to try to help. So we need to reposition, get ourselves back in shape to push. The moment we push, we want to start focusing the green blob because they're the bigger group. Even if we weren't cooperating with red, we would still want to hit green because they're the bigger group and probably have more CCs. I mean cooldown than we do at the moment. Red is about to spend everything they have, so they're not going to have much unless they have enough time to reposition, wait for the cooldown, then push us. But in this case, we want to take care of green. So
Get back here to me.
here we are getting ready to push.
Grabbing supply on the way
I
back.
would not waste anything on this unless we were actually going to fight and kill a
Running
red.
back. Grab supply through tower.
Here we
It's
go.
on the way.
Pushing now. Get
So
to me, guys.
here I
Get
am
to me.
going in. I'm actually in the wrong kind of attunement here. I made that mistake myself. So you're going to see me actually spend some unneeded stuff. I did get a chill, I think, which is okay, but I ended up doing a water 5 over here for no reason. I thought it was the meteor. So yeah, that was a waste, but I could have done a nice meteor there. Enough damage here probably to kill these guys as well, but CC's here as well. If you are in this position here, might be a little bit far. You might be able to CC here, but you're probably a little bit too far to bomb them. So again, get ready, you're going to be able to get ready to push. You're probably going to stop here in free cast until they decide to stop and move us. So I wouldn't waste any stab. I wouldn't waste any dodges just yet. Wait for them to decide what they're going to do. They're going to continue this way or this way. If they stop and push to us, then at this point you have the chance to start doing your dodges, and super speed, and all that stuff here. CC is here still, dodging. Any damage here. If you do get to the other side, turn around quick and continue doing the same thing on where we're still behind them. I wouldn't worry about red, even though they do have a couple downs. Don't worry about downs, even if it's the help, because you're more focused on them. If you see that we get downs, then yeah, sure, maybe get a couple downs and see if we can help rally some people. But our bigger focus is green here. So, and they're actually a little bit out of position. We have so many people here we could have picked on.
Curling in, range nuke on circle now. Range nuke on circle.
And you can see red pushing them. So not only do we have help, we have a huge opportunity to put a bomb here. Again, I put my F5, or sorry, my water 5 instead of meteor. This would have been the best positioning to put meteors and bombs here, because they're going to have pressure and S pressure here. So bomb, 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 bomb. These guys don't worry as much if we can get them, sure, but they're ultimately probably going to get out of the way, and whatever is picked off is going to get them. So I wouldn't worry too much about these guys. I'd worry more about this slump here.
Disruptions and damage. Now further in on them, further in now, further in.
Green at this position has no choice but to push one of us. Since they have the backs turned on us and they're facing red, they're going to try to push through red any way they can, either up or through them. So that's what they're trying to do here. They go, I think,
plenty of range
upstairs.
from here, guys. Plenty of range. No need to go further in. Taking another
So if you have the advantage to get ahead now that we're
push
pushing,
step forward,
I would
pushing up
start
again.
putting
Bomb the bottom of the staircase
CCs
now.
on the staircase. Unfortunately, at this point, we have to hit red. We have no choice. We cannot risk them turning on us for some reason, so have to at this point. But we can still get some of their green as well. So whatever happens here, wait for CCs at this point that they're up there. I would put light stuff and maybe bomb a little bit here. But once they push this way, I would do the CCs then. Or if they jump down and hit us to the side, then I would put CCs and bomb here. So at this point, just put light stuff as you can. Try to clear up whatever greens are here or whatever we have to worry about.
Keep on it. There we go. Blow that
I
bottom
would
up.
keep at
Good
a
job.
distance. I wouldn't push
Good job.
too
Keep blowing
far.
the bottom up. Wait for it. Super. Pull back a little bit. Chino.
Red's a little disoriented. They don't know what's going on, so they're trying to
get him up. Super speed on tag
reorganize.
now.
I got him.
Green has a decision of
Pushing
hitting
up. Reach at the.
red. They don't see that opportunity. They are kind of fearing that we're going to push them, so they made a bad decision and tried to climb the steps again for some reason. Their better decision would have been either to continue pushing red or move to the side and jump out and continue fighting another day, right? They went up this way, so at the moment that you see anybody like this, whether it's their commander or not, moving up, is because their comms is telling them to get back up there. So even if you can't get these right away, you know the rest of them are going to go. So start CCing anywhere in this position if you can here. Maybe stop them from getting even to the stairs at all. Be in bomb there. We have a great positioning. They can't really rush us. They're a little bit smaller than us now, so they're not able to push through us. They can maybe crawl around and hit our sides, but we have the advantage at this point.
Bottom,
here.
reach the bottom, cut black 8 off. Nuke here, nuke here, nuke here, nuke here, nuke here.
Well,
Blow this up. I want to see them. I don't want to see these guys get up here.
And yeah, as you can see, CCs went well. Some bombs went well. The moment that you get a chance to do your second bomb, and you see them continue going up, start readjusting yourself to do the bomb up here instead. Pressure on these guys. Don't worry about these guys as much. Let the melee and pugs take care of these if possible, and start putting pressure on them because you don't want them to, for some reason, free cast or hit us. So get them worried a little.
Come on,
There
break
you go.
this, break them, break them.
This
There
point
we
here,
go.
they're
Good
just
job.
gonna jump
Don't
off
go up
the
yet.
side
Don't go up
and
yet.
run away.
Back pedal. I need heals. I need IOL.
I got it.
Pedal out of that. With me, with me, with me. Good
Road.
job. Burn on our group here.
Down in the middle of us, get him.
Really not much
Good.
of
Job.
another,
With me,
another
moving
fight
south.
here.
Clear the
They're
guys over
trying to go
there.
across the bridge here and fight them again, but they ultimately just
Do you
run
want to
away.
get this little red
So I'm
group?
gonna
No, I
stop
don't care
there
about the
for
red
now,
group. Get
and
on
we'll
tag, guys.
continue
He's not wiped yet. Gyro's on tag here.
after our raid with the rest or second half of
40
this.
seconds
Last.
left.
Super speed as
South gate.
move,
Whiting
move.
across.
All right,
Whiting
so this
across.
fight,
Go fast. Super speed, super speed, super
we
speed.
had
super speed, super speed, super speed.
anticipated them
Arrow,
going
somebody
to
up
the
your rear.
pier on the
Not the
gate on the
driver.
pier.
Get tight, get tight. I
But
know
we
you can
were
reveal.
setting up to
I can
push
see
out.
it. Get ready.
I'm lined up on the right side. I should
across
actually be
now.
lined up on the left side
Pushing out. Range
because
nuke
we're
in
gonna
front. Range
push
nuke in
out.
front. Range nuke in
But
front. Now self
since Screed actually hesitated here, he actually came back this way instead of pushing through. I think some of us thought he was going to push through, which would have probably been the better move. Push out, kill these guys outside, instead of backpedaling here and having their bombs sit on top of us, because I don't think our sustain here was good enough to hold all that, especially with some people trying to figure out which way we're going here. The other thing I would say is, yeah, sure, we could have bombed a little bit more here in the middle in the choke. But ultimately, I think they would have gotten through anyways, unless these guys pushed as well. Then we maybe could have gotten them and maybe hit the outside or run out and get the kills there. Hesitation a little bit here. I don't think we would have had enough sustain and DPS to handle this, so I don't know. This would have been a win anyways. We did have some bugs, but not enough to help us pressure them at all. So I don't think this fight would have been a win.
Blow the choke up. He's there. Come on.
You see how we're kind of like moving with their bombs? That's not good. If anything, we need to move away from their bomb, move to the side here or through the choke. We're just like running with them.
Choke, guys. Get
Not
them
enough.
IOL out.
Not enough
Way too
sustain.
slow on the IOL. Come on. Focus the downies on the right there. Focus the downies out on the right. Finish them off. Finish them off. Come on. There we go. Good job. Get the downs.
As an ally, I set up myself on the top here just so I can bomb freely without any worry. But if Creed would have pushed out this way, I should have been on this side more and bombed here for the back line so that they could get those kills easier. And then maybe switch back over here to put CC on them in case they came back up the stairs or re-pushed outside. Just go back and forth depending on where the kills would be.
Up. Get her down. He's back up. Get her, guys.
Alright, a couple downs here. The pressure.
Not okay.
Not enough.
Everyone leave. Pull out of it. We're wiped.
So at this point, I have to make this decision to leave.
No excuse for that. They stupidly pushed that. They should have melted for that.
Okay, this one we have a kind of a surprise attack on green and red here, but ultimately I think green won over red here. They got the bridge advantage. They turned around and saw us. They were able to regroup, so we needed to potentially stealth here to push.
Good job. Get on tag now.
They have the bigger advantage being on the bridge because they can quickly CC and bomb us. Our job is to get up there and see if we can please get on even grounds. We do. At this point here, we do have an advantage of staying here in the pocket and waiting for their bomb to happen because they're going to try to CC and bomb our section here. They're waiting to see if we're going to full push. See their hesitation a little bit. They're not, I think, beyond this line. So small stuff to get these guys in the front. If possible, small bombs. Screed goes ahead and decides to go hard on the left here to try to push they still haven't spent a whole lot of their stuff yet. So ultimately, what happened is when we did push, they just put everything on the floor there on top of us. We didn't have enough sustain. We could have had enough sustain if they had blown a little bit more of their stuff, but they didn't actually do much here. Also, the second thing I'll say is that my positioning was with them and was okay, but I also did see on the video here I had there was less stuff on this side because they were focusing on bombing here and in the middle. If I saw that pressure coming on, I could have dodged quickly to the right here and continue pushing. Something Screed could have done as well. Pretended to want to push this way, wait for their bomb. If at this point they're dropping everything here, stop here, dodge over here, and start pushing this way harder. Because most of their bomb would have been on the side, which I think that's what happens here. Once they waste their bomb, they're gonna be in full bunker mode, or even try to dodge through. Try to cut them off in the middle and bomb their back line and stuff like that. But since we didn't get enough pressure, I think we got a lot of downs here. But since we continued pushing, we weren't able to get all the kills we needed.
Okay. Now double dodge to left side, double dodge to left side, push in.
Morphing.
Yeah, big neutral. Aegis push, Aegis.
Okay, you see this open spot here, pretty empty. We're pushing here. They haven't dropped a whole lot. Some stuff in the back here, but you're gonna see massive blow up here. Some low guys over here that we could have picked on as well. We could have maybe even stopped here, bunkered up, and moved to the right as well.
Push, burn on this group, burn this group.
IOLing preemptively.
Push.
Down there, I see that I'm getting blown up. I try to blink to get support. A little bit too late. We don't have the sustain, and on top of that, I blinked right into their bomb as well. I did get rallied, but ultimately it was kind of game over there as well. No one else is pushing as well, so it kind of makes it hard for these guys to sustain.
You're not good guys at all.
Let's hit a wall there.
We're not getting.
Right now,
At this part, we did pretty well, reacting to the push back into the gate.
Getting off mount now. Pushing up.
So we ended up going off full on the gate, and green and red is fighting outside. It looks like red is giving them a good push, and green is reacted to having to come back inside. So you can see that red, I think, might even outnumber them at this point here. Green is trying to push back already, trying to think about going back into the portal. The portal is on this side. Once they go in the portal, they're going to either come out, I think they come out right here or on top of the portal here. So in this area, you want to kind of focus on CCing and bombing if they do end up going in the portal like that. Right here, since they're not in yet, you want to put light stuff. You don't want to waste your full bomb because red is doing that. You want to make sure you keep that in case green is going to push you, which we actually did a pretty good job here. We resisted that. Just put light stuff, give red an advantage to use their stuff, save your stuff for more of a, save your stuff kind of thing. So what happens here?
Big nuke out in front.
Green goes through.
On the ship.
They portal in right here in this spot here. At this part, I think a call out was made. They went through the portal. So instantly you should be turning around and bombing or even CCing your floor here. Their reaction is going to be to pull away and go this way. So start continuing to pressure that way instead of just fully here. Whatever downs you get, go ahead and put light stuff on it and bomb the rest of the group, whoever is still alive. Obviously, you want to keep in mind the red is there and they might push. You also want to see if any of the green hesitate on going through the portal. They might come through the door. So you also want to keep your eye on this side if you are going to turn your face this way. So kind of start reacting on going downward and looking that way. But also corner of your eye over here, which is actually what we did. We did do all the focus we needed here. We got some downs and we got them to pull away. Once they pulled away, we saw that red was going to line up and look at us here, so we pulled away. Again, we're not kind of finding red, so we gave them a chance to come in and see what they can do on the side. On top of us.
Watch portal behind us. Focus the portal behind you. Inside. Full nuke inside. Get on my tag here.
So Dingo didn't react fast enough. We did get some down, so we might have been able to get him rallied. I see some people pushing way too deep over there, probably on green tag. It should be on our tag over here, or at least this area. These guys are a little bit ahead, but not too far ahead, where this Screed is probably going to push, so they might have the right idea. You kind of want to hesitate, though, and not push further than this. Maybe even start backing up in case you see that there's a possible chance for them to move back. I would probably not try to rest Dingo because he's red, and then you might have green pushing on you. So just focus on those downs and see if maybe they push to the side. They have the escape to the side of anything, but if by any reason they try to push, they might make sure you want to maybe CC that part and bomb there as well. So maybe put light pressure over here and just watch where they're going to get the chance to maybe CC and bomb them.
Get in my tag here. Bomb that portal. Range bomb it from here.
There we are, bombing there. Then goes back up.
Burn on that group. Burn on them.
I don't see any more. Maybe claws down. I think he was way ahead and wasn't able to come back to us.
There we go. Good job.
This guy got pulled. He's kind of a thug, so not to worry about that guy. I don't think green tag knew that we were letting red go, so he's just doing his own thing over there. Asterix is putting pressure as well, and pretty much red is going to escape. We let him go. So, that's fine. Okay, this part was kind of horrible, even on my part. So we have EP on the side here. We have pretty good eye contact with them. We pull back to do our stealth maneuver. We see them mounted, so we pull back a little bit more. We hope that they're not going to mount Sampos here and push. So we kind of have to hesitate a little bit. We decided to push back. Maybe he might have saw the mounts being broken, so he pushed. My positioning is horrible. All the way over here. I get blown up actually right here. And I try to dodge this way, but I still get pressured from some of these guys over here. So I ultimately go down and try to miss that way. I know the Screed's going to push this way, so I'm trying to see if I can get to that side by missing and maybe get a res. A lot of us went down on the top over here, so stab should have happened somewhere around here. And then maybe not dodge right away, but get ready to dodge. Maybe put light stuff and CCs and then dodge through. You could even slightly go to the side. Yeah, there are people over here better than this, right? So maybe dodge here and get ready to pound, maybe bunker up on the side in case these guys pressure. You still want to kind of focus these guys because Creed is focusing them. So you kind of want to line and hit that back area back there. Once that back area is done there, Screed might be able to look at these guys and want to push these guys. But if he ends up pushing back over here, then you want to continue that lining and CC there. Stab here, and then when we're on that side, bunker down and stab again to get ready for that repush. Heals, light heals on this side, bigger heals on this side on the back side. Most of us went down over here. I don't know if you guys tried to go up and around, so they were probably bombing here. Since that was the situation, you might want to use super speed or dodge through and then try to get on this side, as well as some stab as well if you haven't already.
Bomb on here, keep pushing through though. Don't sit there.
So most of these guys went down, even down to the bottom here. Screed and a few people got through. Chino and Quad probably might have been able to blink over there in time, so they got enough space to roam. They turned around and bombed the back, but at that point we don't have enough to continue. These guys are bombing here. These guys are getting ready to turn around, kill these guys, finish us off. I don't have enough positioning to call out a res. I know an IOJ is being done here, but I think they're focusing on this IOJ here. So I know I'm probably not
Stab
going to
up.
get that.
Bomb on me here. Breach on tag. Breach on tag. Breach on tag. Generate the downs.
Alright, well.
Go. Good job. We got downs on tag here. Focus the downs right there. Focus the downs. On drive.
Okay, this is an opportunity where we could have really punished Green here. Green's inside the tower, Red's outside. We turn the corner here. We see both of them on this side. You see Green on the inside and Red on the outside. Red's about to come out of this corner and look at us. But again, Red's kind of focused on Green, so we know that they're going to keep looking this way. They're probably not going to put any pressure. Maybe some pugs and all, but really what we need to be focusing is the Green, right? Green, I don't think also sees us. They might be seeing Red coming around the corner first, so they're going to focus here first. You can actually see in the video in a second that Green actually moves more this way than this way. But we know that they're going to go towards Red. There was an opportunity here where we were just standing here not doing anything, instead of trying to slice Green in the middle and hitting them on the side here. So I'll show you here.
Fuck it. Push in. Big nuke out in front.
So
Now,
watch. Right here, we put light stuff just in case Green continues to stay inside. See Red go around the corner, so wait for it. Okay, so right here, you see Green coming out. They're rushing this way. They're not even paying any attention. Maybe the back line a little bit, but most of their front line is going this way. We need to slice them here. Since their damage is half and half now, they don't have everything they need. Slice them here in half. Take care of what's inside. Let the rest go towards Red. Once we take care of the inside, we come back outside and kill the rest. We ended up letting all of Green go outside without doing any damage here. Once Green was over here, we decided finally to take damage to it. So we were a little bit late on there. Here we are dodging backwards, not doing much to Green. We could have continued pummeling them there. And even hitting here still. Okay, at this point, Green is focusing on retreating Red and maybe backfiring us. They know that they have their back on us. Can't push Red any longer. So now they have to push us because we're probably the easier target to take care of the run through. So they turn around. We need to CC this section here and start making sure that Red can punish them on the other side. So CC's damage, just any punishment we can so that both teams hit them in the middle. Their reaction is either going to be going to this way, but this way. But since they didn't have enough damage being dealt to them, they decided to keep going this way.
Speed up, super speed up, bomb in front. Gyro's not gyros. Breach on tag.
Actually, they went to the side, which is okay. They went back inside. They had enough space to do so. No pressure, no nothing. Okay. We're not fighting Red, so we're not punishing them. We do have one Green down here, some Green downs here, to make sure we're taking care of this. We are getting hit here, so start putting small heals. I wouldn't use stab yet. Maybe a small stab. But get ready to do the bigger stab in like a second or two, because they're gonna reposition and move back outside. So you also want to get super speed ready. Reed called super speed to go into them. We didn't have that much of a gap to worry about that, but so I think we might have wasted the super speed there. Instead, just try to range it instead of trying to full push. Take care of them and wait for Fred to come at us. A better use of super speed would have been when they were getting ready to punish us. So super speed. At that point that they run in, super speed stab, PCs, and start bombing or light damage here to see if they push.
Guys up, I know I called that really late because I couldn't remember the word. Behind us now. Go towards the river. Go towards the river. Into the river. Into the river. They're going to cut us off. Reposition.
So I moved this way thinking Screed's either going to go backwards or inwards. I don't think he would have gone inwards because red's in the middle and then green could just back in. They have a better advantage inside than out. So thinking that Screed's going to either push out or go this way, I stayed in a safe position here. They started pushing towards me. I dropped CCs. There is a bubble here, so anybody in bubbles should start dodging away. Keep an eye on the tag on where he goes, so start moving this way as soon as you tag push this way. And yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get over here while trying to drop any small stuff I can here.
Position, pivot around, gets me here. Focus towards the north. Focus towards the north where HWP is. Bomb in front.
At this point, I see red's gonna push them. They're not worried about us. They might kill green tag here, but we need at this point, if we aren't already doing super speed, maybe some super speed and stab, and get ready for either push inward or push this side. We probably wouldn't push this way because red's over here, but we have no choice but to push this way or backward, right? So either bomb CC and super speed through them, or see what happens with their reaction to see if we could be safe on this then. Because we want to see if red's going to push them, right?
Range in front. Aegis, DPS out in front. Push north now. Push north now. Push through them.
Speed decides to push in, which kind of messed us up because red's coming. And then we have to worry about both green and red. I don't think red wanted to kill us or anything, but you never know what pugs are going to do as well, so they might have had some pressure on us as well. We ended up slicing in between, so that was kind of messed up. Most of us went to the right, thinking that was the way to go, which is okay. We would have been able to survive this push a little bit. We could have stopped here, bombed here, survived. We took this way, and I was stuck back here. I had to use my 2 stun breaks at this position, and I ended up staying back here for too long, and I got downed. I wasn't able to dodge roll. That was my mistake.
Reach on the middle of them. Reach the middle of them. Straight down these guys. Straight down to the middle of their group. Don't be down to the middle of their group.
I didn't even get to use my stun break, actually. I got down
Good
instantly.
job. Hold on. We got misting into us. Heals out. Pocket princess. Ambreen, get the fuck out of there. You're by yourself.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Don't apologize to him.
So yeah, at this point, you need to regroup.
That's not a good thing.
It's a good thing I
You should have
lived.
paid for it.
That's what I'm saying.
Money and free time.
Griffin,
Alright,
Money,
this
Sky,
section had a pretty good bomb.
Yeah,
We didn't
Griffin's
execute
easy. Sky's
on all of them though,
Gyro's on tag.
but ultimately it was a good, okay bomb.
You.
Probably a little bit more CCs and
Big
pressure
nuke in front.
could have
Big nuke right
happened.
there. Big nuke right there. Big bomb, bomb, bomb.
Obviously we have the advantage on them. They might not even know that we're here. We're CCing and bombing here. They're gonna be able to recover and go back this way. Anybody who's still running this way, you might want to keep an eye in case they pressure this way. So you don't want to overextend so that they're not picking you off. If you're ranged or anything, anywhere around here would be fine. You just push, but keep in mind in case we kind of maneuvers this way or push through. If they do push in, then we want to push out. If you're stuck up here, you could always jump off the side. But we did get a couple downs here, and we did a good job. But everybody else just retreated, so we didn't able to finish this fight. We kind of retreated ourselves, and when we retreated, they were able to reform and kill us.
Great times. I want to fucking kill somebody right tonight. There we go. Further out range. Good job. Turn on those downies. Go back out of that. Get out of their counter bomb.
Al was a little bit out of position, but he was able to see his error and came back. So that was okay with him. And then we could maybe try to bomb that choke, but I don't think we would have won. We did move down. to see if they jump down.
You got caught. That's on you once again. Kel got a reprieve and still died.
Oh,
Alright, let's see. Let's go back and see what happened to Kel up here. We can
Keep
look at
backpedaling
it.
north, see if they'll follow with me.
Alright, I see she did get pulled and CC'd there.
Keep
He
following.
clawed it as well.
I'm not even in combat.
Maybe some other person.
So like, if you got caught, that's on you once again. Kel
If you're in
got a
that
reprieve
position
and
that you're
still died.
behind, if you have any kind of stab, put it on yourself and then
Guys,
super
like,
speed yourself
you got
out of there.
caught, though. Like, that's something to talk
possible.
about. Like,
I thought Speed was going to turn around and bomb
Swing
that,
over
so
here
I
to
stayed
me.
there a little
Range
bit
from here,
long.
range from here. Watch
Then
to the
my
left.
next
The drive right
opportunity
there,
to bomb
drive
is
on me
here. I tried to
Bomb here,
blink
free
up
shot,
there, but it didn't work, so I turned around
Side, get shot roll.
and
Watch
bombed the side. I stayed close to the wall.
I mean,
Gotta go
still
around it,
completely rolled up.
CC,
It's
bomb it,
wonderful.
and since I see them us all down, I have no other positioning to go to. So yeah, dead.
Running a full kill.
And this positioning, we did a little bit of a nice jam maneuver here with green and red. They're fighting each other here. Obviously, we're going for green.
Pushing in.
So we empower here, get ready for the push. I don't think green sees this.
Dying as fast as they are.
So
Bomb from here.
instantly start
Focus black
putting
gate.
light
Full nuke in front,
bombs
full nuke
and
in front,
bombs
full nuke in front, guys. Raise
here.
black gate downies. Watch.
You see them maneuvering here and red's pushing on them. So you really want to start CCing back here and then bombing here. So that you can stop them here and continue them to stop here while red continues to push them here. You could end up booting CCs here in case you see some greens pushing away here. You might not get them all, but you might get enough of them where red continue to hit them here. So that's another good spot here. Green ultimately has pretty good stability here, so they're able to push back over here. Red pushes on to this side and turns around. So we're not fighting red as much, so we're trying to pull away from them. While I see that there are some pugs hitting them and all that, probably making them a little mad. But green goes ahead and pushes away. Stop the fight with green. Red turns around and tries to fight us. So let's take a look at that
The
part.
left, watch the left. Don't let them escape on the left. Keep the pressure on black gate.
As
Pressure on the road there.
far as
keep pressure
standing
on the
here,
road.
make sure you pressure those downs.
Now stop hitting the left. That's black gate now.
There are
Right
more
side,
downs
right side.
there.
Say
Let
black
pugs
gate
handle
push
that
through.
because we're not really hitting red.
I don't get
Save
why.
your
Get ready
stuff.
on tag. Super speed now.
Get tight.
We were trying to get green,
Now they're all
but
just running together.
red just turned around on us.
Speeding with Rev.
It's a race. Pull back.
So at this point, we have to make a decision to stop pushing red because otherwise they're going to get agitated and hit us, which they did. You can see Screed already trying to push away this way. Everybody else is probably trying to do their own thing, but we should have really stopped and turned around. Especially if we're not going to kill red. If Screed goes ahead and tells us they fight it, sure. Once they did start pushing though, and we saw that there was no escape though, definitely I would say around the point that they cross this part here, I would put CCs here, bomb this section. Definitely anybody who's still running, turn around and start bombing back. I probably wouldn't use stab over here, but if you're stuck over here, I would probably use some stab. We were ultimately supposed to be over here because Screed's going to move over here. What we should have done is regroup here, stab, or light stab, get ready to push in, and then bomb and CC area here. That didn't happen.
Back
Pull
into
north,
us.
pull north, pull north. Get ready to self-bomb now, self-bomb now, breach.
At that part, when he calls self bomb, you want to put down your CCs there and bomb there. You could probably still keep maybe the light stab, but if you have your second stab or anything, get ready to push in. So maybe get that ready. I would maybe even start putting some light heals and small cleansing. If you got super speed, the moment they do start continuing to push and we move in, use that super speed to get inside, get on the other side, turn around quickly and bomb. I do see some people over here out of place. One guy down over here. Out of place. Just more bugs over here. So everybody here is okay. Cholo may be a little bit out of place. He get a little there. But if Screed does push in, then he has a good positioning to move in. So he's not in a terrible location, but it could have.
So attack, push through now, push south now.
So okay, so yeah, you guys were with tag over here well enough, but you guys kind of still hesitated on pushing away. Screed is still calling to push in a lot, so gotta be ready to push in. You guys kind of hesitated pushing up with him, so you're gonna be stuck a little bit behind. You guys are still out of position. Cholo is in a better position now because we did push in. We'll have that one guy down, but as you're turning this way, you want to start CCing and bombing that section there. Make sure you're not getting them to push you. And yeah, ultimately you're trying to get over to this side. Same there and bomb. Super speed if you can.
Push south now, get here to me. Pressure on tag here, pressure on tag here.
Since they did rush in this way, maybe you're still over here. That super speed would have helped. Double dodge in, and instantly pop any kind of sustain, heals, stab, anything here. Sustain it a little bit. Once the sustain's good, we push back out and back until you're able to see these downs, which we probably did. Start pushing these downs back this way. If you're in this spot and able to get here and sustain any kind of DPS, you want to start free casting these downs. Stop worrying, guys, because this is out anyways. Then we're gonna turn around and see fine here.
Good job. Burn on the group on me, guys. Focus damage right on me here. Try to get some separation. Get some.
So I see that Screed pushed back a little bit instead of pushing inward. The word downs he could have pushed back. Most of our sustain tried to stay with him. As soon as he pushed away, weren't able to be fast enough with him. If you still have any dodges, go ahead and use it. Super speed, anything would be able to help. At this point, I think we might have been out of gas with everything, so I don't know what we would have had at that point. I get blown up a little bit over here. I try to blink, get away back to tag over here. So I was expecting him to continue going this way. That's why I stayed over here. So I turned around thinking, yeah, I'm going to bomb here and get ready for him to come over here. That was my bad.
Separation, roll eyewalls on our group. Try to get some separation. We get CC's out.
Need
Group.
heals.
We gotta get separation.
I go ahead and call heals. If you're still alive, you can bunker up here a little bit. Start dropping these and bombing here. Anything you can get small here. The moment that we do get down, so we're probably going to push away or through. Turn around and this guy probably would have been dead. Pod back. Bombs. That position.
North, pull north. Get range pressure out in them. Get
Hopefully
lines
able
out
to
in them.
survive, though.
Break this group. Corruption's out. Stop their push.
We're not able to stop that push. And you see, seeing you don't want to continue putting over here. You want to continue putting here. The back line's pushing, so you put everything right here.
Oh, stop it. Oh, wow. That is impressive. We stopped. We stopped nobody. Okay.
This part, it's already finished. I'm trying to save whoever I can. I know I'm going to die, but
Walk back to Garrison.
it is what it is.
By the wall.
Alright, this fight was pretty good. A little bit of a hesitation in one spot,
On
but
me, here we go.
ultimately it was okay.
Up, I feel it.
Empower.
We are empowering. We don't stealth. We could have stealth
On
to bomb
Blackie
this,
again,
but
guys.
I don't think green saw us enough
They're gonna
time.
try to push into us hard. You can see it already. Get ready.
You
Bomb
see
out
us
now.
both
Pressure out
come
now. Pressure
double
out now.
teaming green.
Good walls. Good.
At this point, they are going to pressure and move in. Screed has the decision of either having to push or back away. Screed does push this way, which gives them a little bit more of an advantage to bomb here and cut us off. Our backline would probably wouldn't have made it if we full pushed all the way. Thankfully, though, they kind of hesitated. They didn't do too much damage to us. They did maybe get something, but they hesitated and pushed away. So it gave us enough time to kind of adjust a little bit. But this could have been really bad if they've kind of full pushed us. We would have been ready to jump in, but most of our backline would have been dead. I don't know if we could have maybe gotten the high ground somehow and bomb below, because they would be able to still get up, but it'll be a little harder. We would have to cross this here, DC, and bomb there. They wouldn't have full line of sight either, so maybe a little bit of an advantage. What happened
Good
here
walls. Double
was
dodge through them. Push north.
you can see them dropping all their stuff back here, so I'm trying to dodge away. I'm not trying to go full on because I see red coming on here. So I'm thinking of maybe trying to blink this way or trying to see how I can get back this way after this little bomb here. They're bombing what they can here. Pretty good sustain. I would say if you're able to see this coming, maybe super speed and push along the side or up. Excuse me. And then definitely stab and start CC and bombing. I would probably CC first since they kind of hesitated. They didn't full push. I wouldn't bomb fully yet until you see them stop and you're in better position to bomb. There's a lot of people back here still though. We did call for the double dodge here. But I'm a little worried that a lot of people might consider areas that you're back here as a double dodge. Don't use your double dodge if you're back here unless you're on top of these circles. But don't double dodge inward if you're back here. I would double dodge out. Because you're still gonna have bombs here. So once you're here, you're out of dodges, and then what, right? If you are in here and you have the sustain to be able to stop there, then sure, but you're gonna be kind of wasting a lot of stuff. So if possible, if you're stuck in the back end here, maybe start going around a little bit more. If you're in the front, then yeah, you have a good chance to double dodge here, and then sustain and heal a little bit better. So yeah, I'm a little worried. Maybe some people use double dodges in a bad position. These circles might hurt a little bit, but sometimes using double dodge on any kind of circle doesn't really help. If you have the sustain, the stab, then you may not have to worry about double dodging as much. The place I would worry about double dodging is when you're a lot closer here. Unless you see massive amounts of circles like these guys. Anyone in this section, definitely try to either at least dodge once or double dodge out. But people here might not have to double dodge just yet until you're like at this point here. You want to use the double dodge just for in case they like ground pound you. That's you want to kind of jump whatever they have on the floor here. If you're back here, try your best just to sustain and do light heals on yourself. Get back on here, save your dodges if possible. Do what you have to, but try to save what you can.
Double dodge to them. Breach on tag here. Breach on me here. Gets me here.
There I am
Full damage
blinking. At this point, Screed's over here. I'm okay with being here. I'm trying to see them. I have an escape route if I need to over here with my stun break. But I could be in trouble. I see Den here. I see Quad here, which probably has the same thing as me. Even though the same as kind of a bug. I think there's Ninja. I don't know what he's playing, but he might be a little bit in the wrong position here. Law is a little bit ahead. Bad spot. You better. Anybody here should be trying to maneuver. Okay. I see one guy go down here. I don't know who that is. Anybody in this position here should be trying to dodge this way. See, bombing this section to put pressure. If you're back here being able to free cast, try to get the back line. They're crawling this way. So try to cut them off here to put pressure so that you can kind of stop and stop pushing guys. As soon as you see them stop, though, think about where you're going to go carefully so that you can get back to tag. Red is still pushing this way, so it's a little bit fearful to go this way. If you have a blink, might want to blink this way, but that would keep kind of open to being attacked if one of these pugs comes after you. So kind of want to maybe start thinking this way, blinking or dodging this way or anything. But you want to wait for them to stop doing here and floor.
Good. There we go. Great.
Stop for a second, wait for it,
Red just shit on
and
us.
then if you can
Yeah,
pressure
push back
them.
towards the south.
Red's on them,
Pivot back to
so
the south. Try to roll IOL
that
as we
exit
go.
is
I know
kind
we'll lose a
of
couple
messed
there.
up already.
Good job.
Speed
Reform
gets
up on me here.
the good job to reposition where everybody is. Everybody that was here stalled instead of pushing in, except for Chino. So anybody here is good on pushing back to speed. We're all back over here now. We can maybe even get Law, Wolf. Everybody here is okay. Everybody now regroups over here. We wait for to see what happens between red and green. Red is probably has the full push on them right now. Green is probably in sustain mode right now. So they're waiting for them to come in, waste their bomb, and they're going to push out into red possibly. So we have to be able to get ready after green pushes is when we should be
I
attacking
think I got your claw, maybe.
Me, you got me.
and getting them on the
Okay.
far side.
Get back tight.
Because they're going to
Nice,
waste
went
their bomb
down.
on there and they're not going to have anything.
Wait for it. Push along the right flank here. Push along the right flank here. Range pressure above. Range up. Range up. Range.
So again, don't worry about red. So unfortunately, green and pugs are hitting them, but I would say definitely start CCing their cutoff point, bombing their backside over here. As we're trying to kind of save red. Sure, you can bomb here, but you're probably going to anger red a little bit. I would maybe start bombing the backside over here, trying to like pull up this thing here. If you don't care, then yeah, go ahead and bomb in there. You know, they're free casting over there. They're okay. They can always escape unless they get pulled and they're messed up. Any of us who are down, we could maybe even res over here. We're out of combat, but we want to start pushing and this way. Want to keep an eye on red in case they hit us though.
We should be able to hit them, no problem here, guys. Straight down, he's there.
40 on green.
So you see red and green flipping sides. Red pushed that way. Green rolled through them and pushed up. Now Yuna's a little bit in a tough spot. He needs to run out. Since we're hitting green, we need to try to cut them off. The moment that we saw them rolling through, that would be a good part to CC them because they wasted their dodges there. And you want to CC and bomb there. Hopefully they don't have any kind of stability. The moment you give them any chance, they're going to pop that stability. So you want to bomb and do what you can and hold to see if they're going to repush. We do have some downs to focus here, some down. Well, some green over here. Really don't matter. You should maybe let red. Yeah, just wait it out and see what happens.
Pushing in
Kind
a
of
little bit more.
do stuff on the range.
On the
red is
Left, there's
slightly
one. Super speed
pushing.
on me now. Super speed
So
on me
you kind
now.
of want to like show them that you respect them.
Get
You
ready.
don't want them to push.
Pushing
So
back down south now.
their error was to push us a little bit, and green kind of the advantage to jump them. We need to go ahead and jump green. Stop them there. Any downs, take advantage of it, even though I might bring green back up. Still, at this point, it's kind of free game. So go ahead and slice them up and bomb this side, or even start putting CCs here for this side because they're pushing hard.
Towards the downies there. Big nukes now. Big
Road.
nukes right here. Big nukes in front. Big
Breaching.
nukes in front. Good job. Good call outs there. Pushing again. Breach on side gear if we got him left. Good job.
At this point, red is in the middle of us. I don't think they
Take this chunk of
already
downies. It's okay.
understand
Take this chunk of
where they're
downies.
at.
Just focus. Remember, guys, they're going to be rallying off each other. It's a mix of both players. It's okay. Keep
Yeah.
running on this group.
We
Good
have
job.
the
Keep
advantage
pushing.
over
We're
both
pushing
groups
north.
now.
We're
Red's
blocking.
gonna try
Got
to
it.
run away, but since we're focused on green, we can see that they're stuck here. They have the advantage of leaving, but for some stupid reason they decided to go red. So at this point, the moment they left this part, you're either gonna wait for them to move this way, or whatever, right? If they do move this way, you want to see bomb here, right? As they move this way, you have a better advantage back here. You're gonna pressure red, right? Wanna see where they're aiming towards here and start cutting them off. See the moment they start getting close to here, CC and bomb, you can pressuring them. Red's probably gonna try to do the same a little bit, and because they want to try to save their butts, they're gonna maybe turn around and bomb there.
Group to the right.
Wait for it. Hard right now. Hard right now. Smash them against the wall. Smash them against the wall. Bomb that wall. Bomb that wall. Smash the block.
No need to waste stab
Good
here.
job.
No
Keep
need
burning on the
to
downies,
waste
guys. Keep just feasting on them. Keep
heavy
pushing after
heals.
them. Good job.
Just do light heals and maybe even super speed. Save your stab.
Behind us, you're behind us.
Barrier.
Good job. Keep after the main group.
Road again.
Yeah, right here. It's kind of
Oh,
a
you.
one push. Red is finally able to decide if they're gonna keep pushing us, so they kind of form something here. They turn around. At this point, definitely start using stab. The moment you see any group kind of reposition and turn on you, you want to use stab instantly. CCs and bomb, and maybe even some light heals if you see them. You want to do trips and then start seeing dots, the cleansing as well.
Blow this up right here.
Normal rotation
Self-bomb,
here
this
as
is
if they
mostly
were
red
pushing
now.
you for the
Breach on
first time.
side. Self-bomb, they're
Breaching.
pulling in on top of us. Get tight, rolling IOL. Get out.
There's a bubble there. You definitely want to move out of that.
For your bubble, pull towards the keep. Good job.
I don't know if that was
More red
coming in. More red. We got a call out for the red that's coming in. We are still pressuring them. You want to kind of put some light pressure. You don't want to waste anything big. They're not pushing you, so you don't want to put heavy stab. But if you do need to get some people out, go ahead and use some light stab to get them out. Maybe even some super speed to get out. If you're back here, readjusting here, then you can definitely start putting some light pressure and get ready for kind of a formation to stab around here and push. CCs and bomb. Cut them off. If you're range, you could also take down the other guys. But
More,
Yep.
Bugs should be able to do
Finish
that
the
as well.
downies, guys. Finish the
Big
downies.
water on top.
Good job. Range kill. Get pocket up. She's to the left. Get her up. Okay, Pug's getting her up. Pug's doing her job.
And red
Pug.
running away at this point, so pretty good.
Sorry, I was a cool down.
Yay.
Stop chasing. Good job,
Up, here
guys.
comes
Really
Pang.
good job. Get on tag. They're gonna hard push this.
Alright, this fight, red is coming to defend their keep.
Empower on tag.
So we do our normal maneuvers here to get on the side.
Symbols down there. Get on tag here.
I like to use mud to slow them down at the start because it's kind of a cooldown that's got a cast on it. So whenever I feel that they might be pushing, I use it as a kind of a free cast. I leave my kill for anything more sudden, and because it's more of an instant cast. So I'll leave that on
Here, take Veil in front.
reserve.
Pulling up.
I'm on the
push up
corner
again.
here looking to see if they push. I have
Go
enough
left.
line of sight
What the fuck?
to
Oh, did they go really far over?
hit them if
I'll
anything.
try to get out front of him.
Go ahead and use my chill out there because you never know if they're stealth. So I go ahead
I
and
don't think I hit the Lord.
chill them out.
Pulling further
See if
out.
they run in slowly.
We're not gonna hold the game.
They do end up pushing here, I
Ready
think.
now.
Focus the
Stop,
Lord.
and the Lord's here.
Seconds
The
and
Lord-
They're coming in,
here.
they're coming in, they're coming in.
There are some people out of position. I know they're scouting and all, but they're not the best, tankiest people to be over there to survive. So it'd probably be better just to be in their group. You can see when they're coming in, so it's not like a big issue.
Keep moving with me. Stay tight. Trust me.
Target's pulled there, almost
There they
dies.
go.
They're turning
They're
her
going
res
side to
in
right.
again into them. I don't know if she dies
Pray for
now.
it. Go counter to them. Counter.
Might have survived. She actually did.
Wait for
Ooh,
it.
barely.
Keep moving.
Water here. I go ahead and put a wire down here because I see some people that are low, especially tired. So if you have any kind of blast and somebody's calling water, go ahead and blast it. If you have light auto attack heals, go ahead and use it. Keep people topped off. You want to get ready for that push wherever it happens. So if you're low, even though we're not being attacked, you want to make sure that we're topped
for it.
off.
Time run gyros.
11. Do not blast to the Lord.
Keep hitting the Lord right now. Keep going counter to them.
If you're an Ellie and you have obviously heal to waste or something, just drop it because you're not doing heals, so might as well waste it something
Ready?
like this. Top
Gyros
people
here.
off.
Gyros here.
Blasting.
So at this point, they could be rushing, so I'm already putting pressure here. I don't have the line of sight here anymore to put pressure as I was before, so I put pressure here to see if I can get ready to line them and bomb them there. We have a better advantage of hitting them than they are, unless there's people down here who they can attack. I don't know at what point Daddy died. I think he might have died way earlier than this, so I don't think he died here on this push. But I do see some people a little bit up ahead. You can get pulled and stuff. So at this point, do start putting your stab and your lines in case they do full push. Maybe a light stab because they're not on you yet, and we don't know if we're gonna push in. The moment we're ready to push in, maybe put heavier stab and sustain. I think ultimately Screed might have moved this way to bomb the side, and then they jumped over. So let's take a look at that side.
Bomb. Push down the staircase.
This was a good spot to put super speed. That's a good call. If we didn't push through, then we have the super speed to move in. We did get the super speed to move out,
Bomb from here.
which gives us a position above there.
Range. Pulling.
I didn't know he was going to continue that, but I did start getting the line of sight to move in here. So I started dropping there. The moment I saw them spill over, though, I had to make a choice and try to help them. So I quickly tried to turn over and put bombs here. I already did waste my firestorm. I could have saved it for here. I do have my lava and I do have my meteors, but for some reason they have really heavy melee damage and they were able to get me down on the stairs. I was able to get rallied once I missed it downwards, but they for some reason had really good bomb on the melee.
Push down, bomb, dodge.
So at the moment they do come down, definitely start CCing and bombing them, stripping them. Whatever, if you have a bubble, go ahead and put it here. Don't see a whole lot of that. I think most people started focusing all their stuff up here and they didn't anticipate this. You got to put light stuff up here while you put your heavy stuff here. If you see that they're not doing anything, then maybe start putting a little more heavy stuff up here. But kind of want to wait for stuff like this to happen. So definitely keep something in reserve for this, especially some CC. Yes, heavy stab, heavy heals, heavy sustain should have happened here. And then push inwards towards them and turn around and hit them in the back here. I ended up getting blown up, so I missed it this way. Survive a little bit for here. I turned around to bomb them. and Screed was on his way over here to help me. But I think I got down again for a lousy reason with melee damage. I tried to do my meteor, and then I tried to get out of the way, but I got CC'd. So here I am, like, pushing everything I can to get out of the way.
Move into this corner here, move into this corner here, soft bomb on me here.
There are some downs
Yeah,
there,
that word bubble, pull to the other side of the wardrobe.
and we get them
Pull to the other side of the
Barrier.
wardrobe.
Hoping.
pretty low.
Good job, get pressure out, range that shit, range.
Some guys got out of position here with the tag. They got downed. I thought Screed was going to continue to push this way. And I think maybe they did too, so they stayed over here. For some reason he pushed over here.
There we go.
So I'm here trying to get back over here with a miss.
Pressure out.
If something would happen.
Get me here, get ready.
Not enough
Move
though.
me here, move me here.
Fuck.
Get ready. Pushing, dodge roll through, go up the staircase. Oh fuck, Green's here.
Green's here now.
And at this point, Green's here, so.
Well,
It's a good fight till
Alright, so there are two fights here. One with green, one with red. We first fight green. They're trying to take our tower. I'm on the high point here to try to range them from above, free cast them a little bit. I'm waiting for Screed to push out, so as soon as he pushes out, I push into the top. Try to put any kind of range here. I could get bombed because they're maybe looking up instead of down. So I'm in a little bit of a danger. I do have a sunbreak if anything. And I'm keeping that in reserve just in case. But anything kind of CC'd and pressured to get Screed to push on them. I'm trying to cast here.
Good job.
The over the edge line of sight was not working with me very well, and I was actually starting to press buttons incorrectly here. So I did do some errors here. I wasn't able to get a couple of my good spells out. Even when I did go down to the bottom level, something went wrong with my skills for some reason.
Now pull back.
I was pressing the buttons, but for some reason nothing was happening. So I'm here all over the edge. My instinct is to put CCs here.
Push. Good job.
I had to go back and edit this. So again, this part here. My instinct is to try to CC here and try to stop their push. Everybody who's here should be doing the same. At this point, get ready to pop stab the moment they cross this line, because we're going to push in. So definitely start putting both stab and super speed here so that we can move quicker around them. CC if we can, and then start bombing this section here. Because we want to start hitting that back line that doesn't push with them. We're probably gonna twirl around here and turn around. To keep in mind there are still people here, obviously, and do what we can, but do not focus all your bomb on them. Make sure you have what you have to turn around and hit them in case they come back and push. But you do want to put pressure on them so that they run away here. You don't want them to free cast you here, so. Maybe some light stuff this way, right? There's a lot of lows here, so we could also get these downs once they go down. But yeah, lighter regular stab, but first stab at least, and then get ready to push in. At the moment we do start pushing in, start doing cleanses and healing right away. And then, if for those of you who are DPS, start bombing.
Back inside now, back in. Trust me, back in.
Okay, so we didn't end up pushing through. So what we did, Screed pushed back inside. We did get some people here. Weren't able to get back inside fast enough. If for whatever reason, super speed might have helped and saved them, because you would have had enough time to get in there with super speed. Definitely stab would have helped to not get CC'd yourself. Definitely roll out a couple cleanses or anything. Even though you're running inside, you still want to try to save whoever stays out there. So pop cleanses and light heals for any reason, even if you don't think you need it for yourself. Cast it anyways. It'll help anybody out there, right?
Good job. Healed. We lost a lot. Oh, I guess I got a lot of parts. Here we go. Get ready.
We
Gyro's
lost
on
two
tag.
firebrands.
Gyro's on tag.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Here we go. Pushing back out. Super
See,
speed.
got seals. This is our second attempt. I'm giving the call that these guys are down. So if you can, go ahead and start hitting them from range. Keep an eye on these guys to do the same maneuver. So if that happens, again, start CCing and bombing and all that stuff. Leave your stab ready. Don't use it just yet. Down on the right.
Bomb that shit. Bomb that shit.
I'm getting pressure, so I have to make a decision of dropping down for heals. I don't have myself heal, so I can't stay up here for too long. I can maybe do some break to save myself a little bit. But ultimately, I think I go down to the bottom level.
Bomb that shit. Bomb that shit. Push through them. Push through them. Don't sit there. Don't sit there. Keep pushing.
I'm not able to push in yet because I don't have any kind of heal yet. So I kind of stay in the back here, the range bomb and do stuff. I have my heal almost in a second, so at that point I move in forward.
Keep pushing with me. With me. Keep moving me.
Screed decides to jump on the side, so that my escape now is a lot harder to get to him. I could go around, but they could maybe first pick. So I have to make a decision on how to get over there. I can try to range to CC what I can in case Screed turns around and bombs them. They'll probably bomb them from the bottom level, but I can CC their range to put pressure in case some of them stay on the top. That'll help a little bit on their sustain on our side. Some people did go down. I see over here. Know what the push or dodges happened here.
Drop down here. Bomb here. Bomb here. Bomb here.
Kane's and one other guy
Keep
did
pushing.
survive,
Super
but they
speed out. Keep running him over.
were a
Keep
little
running
late
him over.
to come back.
Good job. Range them. Range the downies now. Range the downies now.
Here I am trying to put any range. I
I think
do have
Red's on
some
the
downs,
ramp here.
but they're not going to be able to come back. So
Get
I'm
out of that
trying
shit.
to
Keep
do what
moving
I
to
can.
Garri. Go to 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 Garri.
Gary's being called. There are
Mount up
bugs
again.
taking care of damage over here, so I'm trying to out.
Shadows are
Trying
down.
to res who I
Keep
can.
running all the way inside. They're still.
There's no way I'm going to make it over there in time, so I'm just do what I
Keep
can
going.
on the outside. Get another down over here.
Yeah.
Gotta take care of that.
escalated,
Then I turn
No,
over
he's-
around to Kane's. I see Kane's down. I try to pressure the guy that's on him. Res him. I think I get the res on him in time, but I need to blink away and they might have got him.
Ready?
So,
Pushing out in 3, 2.
my bad, Kane's. I tried.
Pushing out again. There we go.
I turn around to see what's
Red's
going
at
on.
time.
Creed is turning around on us to help.
Canes, run back to us. You're an
Kane's
IOL.
get IOJ,
Wrong way, Canes. Wrong
IO,
way.
sorry, and he survives.
Red's engaging the green on the backside.
No one overstayed.
Shield us.
Get tight. Canes is going to go down.
So at this point, we can focus green. We have the opportunity to power and push. Creed is a little bit hesitant in the back.
Oh, I guess he
I go
oh,
for any
good
kind of
spin.
damage I can.
Good spin. So pushing in.
Paddle.
Range nuke in 3, 2, 1. Big damage now. Big damage on the right
I'm
flank, on that
focusing
right
green
flank, on that
still.
right flank. Full
Taking
nuke in
care of
there,
them.
full
Red
range
is
nuke in that
too.
shit, full range nuke in that shit. Come on, guys.
We're
Burn
trying
on
to
that group. Burn on that group. Let's
dwindle
see those
red
bellies,
down a
fight
little
some
bit
damage
just
there.
in case they turn around on us.
Good job. Feast on those downies. Good job. Pushing up again.
Tight.
So
Get that.
we have the advantage to take the choke and CC what we can over here, but we do need to keep an eye in case they stack up and put repush. So at this point, you don't want to kind of push too much. You want to put what you can on light damage and save your big stuff in case they do repush. So Screed is still behind me still. So we're all a little bit ahead too far. Maybe everybody here too far. I still have enough time to come back to him, and I'm looking for him to come in the side here. You guys are okay. There's one low guy though. I don't know if he's pressuring him. There is one down. I know people can get tunnel vision and try to get for the downs, but at this point that they stopped, you really have to make a decision to go back to tag. So stop what you're doing. What you're doing is not going to be enough. So I just will
HOB
wait it
guy,
out.
That's an HOB firebrand right there on the
Somebody got pulled over there. You guys gonna probably go low too.
All right, guys, finish them off.
Push.
Here they come. Here comes AR.
So I blink away to give myself a better position to bomb and CC. I have my meteor ready, so I go ahead and do that first. I don't have my CC ready on the attunement, so I think I try to do that on the next one. And yeah, CC and bomb this section here. Get ready for speed to either go through them or go around them. Stab should be happening, and super speed. And then at the point that you get on the other side, you want to start pumping out all heals as you're going, and then big heals on the other side if it's still necessary.
Push through them.
You can see a lot of us scatter to the back instead of to the sides. I don't know why everybody kind of scattered away. You guys scattered to the right for some reason. You guys need to anticipate that Screed's going to push in or to the side. Everybody kind of like open blossomed away from Screed. We still won this fight.
Push through them,
So
stab up, push, and then
Static.
breach on side here. Breach on me here, breach on me here.
you can see that some people went down over here. Probably didn't have the support of these guys, and these guys support of these guys. So ultimately, these guys are in a worse position because we were a bigger group over here and probably more sustained. Yeah, you can free cast as they're pushing this way, but you could also get in a very vulnerable position if they turn around and hit you for the downs.
Keep pushing north, keep
And
pushing.
which they did. See, they turned around and went for the downs. As some of their pugs went over there for
Get out of the
some.
middle of their group.
So they also made an error. Yeah, they made the main group probably did the right move. You can see that half of their group and pugs probably did the wrong move and stayed. They could have pushed over here. They could have maybe even won this if they would have killed all this and started to chunk us away slowly.
Soft bomb me here, soft bomb. I got yanked in there,
But
pulling.
ultimately, they didn't have
Rolling eyeball on Tart. Tart, get out of there.
enough sustain
I don't know
here.
if I got that off or not. No idea.
See a
Soft bomb,
couple
good
of
job.
us
They're coming
down. I
back on top
res
of us.
what I
Stop
can.
this group at this point.
This moment
Get
start putting
corruption down.
more
Stop.
damage. You want to put CCs again, your stabs, and get super speed ready. Maybe even pop it right away. Yeah. Cleanses and heals.
Stop their push. Get in the middle of their group. They're flobbing up. Get tight.
Couple downs in there, guys. Push.
Okay, so you saw how Creed went around them a little bit, but also dodge rolled in. The moment you do get into this position here, this is where you want to put a little bit more heavy heals. Everybody who's over here should be rolling with him a little bit more. You really shouldn't be free casting like this because you're not giving them support and they're not giving you support. So you want to kind of move with him, even if you're out of position like this. Try to get back to him, and try to cut off what you can as you're rolling. Don't just stand there and wait for it to happen. Kind of have to do it while you're getting to screen. But yeah, I think this was the part where we might have finished them off.
Pulling back towards northeast tower, guys. Get range pressure. That's a corner.
Because you see how there are people who stayed here for way too long. You're gonna start getting picked off.
For them. There's nowhere for them to go. They're gonna have to pull out of that. Keep the pressure on
They got
them.
downs. They got downs.
Down in there. Come on. Focus the back end of their group, guys. Focus the back end of their group. Keep peeling the onion on this group. Keep peeling the onion.
So their clump moved this way. There was a chance where we could have CC'd and bombed, which we might have done here to kill them off. When Speed is saying peeling the onion, trying to go around. We're trying to curl around them as we are CCing and bombing there. There's no need right away to do any stab. There are some light circles, but we easily sustain these. We don't really use our dodges. Maybe one dodge if you feel like you're really in danger or getting hit hard. But ultimately, our sustain should be fine here with some light heals and cleanses. So we should be rolling around doing that and then putting damage. The moment that they do decide to jump, then you want to go ahead and do the heavier stuff for sustain.
There we
Jumping
go. Focus
IOL.
to the downies are. Focus to the downies are. There we go. Focus downies. Claw, you need to get your ass out of the middle of their group. Good job. Focus this group here. Get tight. Super speed on me now. Push in on them. Here we go. Do we have breaches available?
Pulling on him.
No.
Fuck.
No.
Well, keep pushing up. Don't
At
let
this
the
point,
center
it's kind of a one push. We are a little bit spread. We should probably be balled up. I think this is kind of a Maguma maneuver here. It's loud. So they're not able to focus on what to hit. So they're kind of just trying to decide on the whim. They're trying to sustain there and hit something. They might finally at the end see that this is the main group over here. So try to refocus this way. But they had a chance to focus this side because there are some lows here. They could have pushed this way, balled up over here.
there. I want big damage in the middle of their group.
They
Keep these
decided
out.
to go
Hammers?
towards the main
Split them
group though.
apart. Use pulls and pull them apart from each other. There we go. We got downies. Stuff on me
Rebel
here.
out.
Bomb on me here. Bomb on me
They
here.
got
Thank you.
downies too though.
I'm
You
going out
saw
of that
their
shit.
bomb was pretty
My
good.
IOL now.
Reflects.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job.
We won,
Keep
I
firing
think,
up
just
the
because we had
range.
the
Finish them off.
overwhelming numbers
Nice
for near
job,
our
guys.
spawn.
They died.
Oh, so you're getting good with the timing on IOL, man. Nice job.
Alright, so we won this fight, but we did a lot of bad maneuvers
Don't forget
here,
your
especially
slow
at
run,
the start
guys.
here.
Yep. Gyro's on tag here.
So we had the advantage to
Left.
gyro and stealth.
Left.
Going right.
Ultimately, I told Screed that we probably have way too many people for this maneuver. I think they saw through this.
Here we go.
You're gonna see that there are people. Yuna didn't get stealth. They know where we're running. There's these people in the
Wide.
back, and they're also gonna see these lines here. So they know that we're generally around this position. Yuna definitely is here, so they're already instantly picking on him. So they're gonna do any kind of bomb here. They're gonna see us come out of stealth here, anyways. So they get a good bomb here. They come out of stealth around here as well. So if you can anticipate it, expect to put DCs and any kind of stopping power here. I would say because they were so close here and we were about to get into a very close engage here, you want to get that double dodge ready. Put stab here first, super speed, and then the moment that you see them anywhere in this position, they're gonna hit that ground. Green team is going to bomb here, so you want to start to double dodge anywhere. You could kind of see Creed hesitate here, but then instantly move out of the way. So I feel that some people thought we were going to wait here for a little bit. But even if we waited here a little bit, you still should be able to get ready to double dodge out of the way. Since we are curling in this position, probably double dodge this way. Try not to backstep this way or this way. For those people who are behind, like me and people, you definitely have to start putting pressure here if you're not able to get to him, and then decide to get back in there. Also, you're going to see a lot of people behind here in this circle. Stay behind here. I think I saw Calandri and a couple people who's standing here. You have to be with tag because you're a lot of help
Steer to
for
the
them.
north. Keep moving north. Turn around. Then.
So we're cut half here. They're putting CC here, so they're already getting ready to bomb here, and a lot of people going down here. You just double dodge in here. This is the moment you double dodge through, or even around. You have space to go around. Double dodge this way, double dodge that way, double dodge this way, but don't hesitate or even wait for the double dodge late, because once they're on you, they're gonna have CC and other stuff on you. Your dodges may not save you anymore. You have to do that double dodge right away. At this point,
Bomb on me here. Pressure here. Deep on me here.
some
Deep on me
people
here.
stalled over here. They didn't probably even double dodge. They might have made the attempt, but again, CC's probably stopped them, and they were caught in tracks. Ninja, a couple people of us here. We need to start moving this way. We can see that they're turning this way, so definitely start this way. You guys should have been on tag, split tag. Stuck back here. You could start pressuring here, but you can see tag's pretty small over there, so I don't know if they have the sustain anymore. Just a big issue we have not being balled up, you know.
We're still seeing people just not get through this shit. Pressure with the down there. Focus back.
See us trying to reposition, but they're gonna move this way. We do have a good bomb here. I don't know what happened. I did put something here, but they might have been free casting the bomb here. I did putting stuff here, some meteors maybe. And then there was probably a little bit of everything here, but their movement over here was correct to try to take anybody who's off tag over here. And then tags way far for any kind of help on there. They can try to put pressure, which way they did.
Alright, well on the group.
Get the rallies off. Get the rallies off. There we go.
Once
Good
you
job.
start
Left
putting
flank now.
pressure,
Left
you
flank,
can
left
kind of
flank.
regroup.
Where icons up. Where icons up. Press the
But
next
definitely
waypoint.
start putting some sustain lenses, any stab ready. Want to put some CCs, start rolling with them, but anticipate them to roll this way, and you need to roll that way. So if you're on this side, start getting ready to either double dodge anything over there. If you're on this side, you're going to go through them or back this way. There is a down over there, so you have that chance over there and maybe ground stomp that area there. A lot of downs over here, so I don't know if there were people trying to res or whatever. For the sake of this fight, I would have probably said let the pugs handle it if possible. Just too many of us doing stuff over here. So
There we go.
we're
Good
next
job.
to
Get the
spawn
pressure
as
out.
well.
Get ready. Breach on tag now. Breach on tag now. Breach on.
The units back here, okay. Pugs over here. These guys are good. I'm pushing over here to get on this side. There are some downs, so start focusing on these guys. Another down over here. You know who's doing the right thing. Doing that. He's in the safer spot. You can always go this way. And he's just hitting their back. Here, you probably. Once you're on this side, start focusing this way again. Here, bombing this section. Get ready to a little bit to get stab again.
Contact now. Full deeps here, guys. Break this group here. There we go. Keep the pressure on them. Good job. Focus this group of down
Static.
there. Still. Here we go. Super speed now. Super speed now.
At this point, you want to just pressure
Putting
them
veil down. Here we
lightly.
go.
Put any CCs so they waste some of their stuff. You can actually see them using some of their dodges. So you're kind of in a desperate maneuver to run away. You see that one guy gets stuck because he used his dodges too early.
Don't let them escape.
And yeah,
Gliding
this
out.
was
Here we
just a
go. Glide.
WP
Full glide. Full glide. Full glide.
to the finish.
Drop down when you get towards the road. Get
You
ready.
can CC
then
them
stop bomb.
here.
Push after them. Nuke, 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 nuke. CC's after them. Murder them down.
Sometimes
Don't
when
escape.
Screed calls bomb, you don't want to just bomb. You want to DC and then bomb.
We're at the tail and mounted up.
Because not only is CC going to stop on their tracks and the bomb's going to be more efficient, there are classes here who do more damage when they are CC. So even if they bomb, you have a better chance
The one
of
thing I will say
lighting
with
them up
that
a little bit
initial
better.
hit boss is that half of us were way too far behind because I had to stop and not go through it.
Yeah,
we're
it's a
having
long
really
time since I've gone down on ink.
So Bash might have saw that we were way behind in that fight.
getting through the first bit there tonight, doing the countdown.
It was pretty good. This was a pretty good push. It wasn't
Here
too
we go,
much of
ready?
a worry.
Counting out, 3, 2,
The moment we do jump out here, we do have to hit our floor, no matter where it is. Just hit what you can, because they're gonna jump on you, and
pushing through them.
whatever's there can be blown up.
Joke there. Gets me here. Good job. A lot of dynamite
So
back here.
sustain and pretty much just toilet wash this area. Pretty much do what you can to stand here. Try not to go facing too much. The more closer you are in this spot, the better you have at sustain and heals. Even if Screed moves back inwards, it's just a quick dodge in. So definitely stay in this area. If they happen to go back down the steps, and you still have that advantage on them to hit them once you turn around and look this way. So try not to chase too much this way, even if you see them running. Try to take care of what's over here first. just because these guys are more out of place than they are. Once you see that these guys are taken care of or they repush, then you want to start using a little bit more of your heavy sustain if you're gonna repush through them. They did use a bubble here, so you're in a bad spot here to use a bubble. Should be more over here.
I move to the right side.
Throw it again.
They
There we go.
repush
Get side on me
here.
here. Get side on me here. Roll.
Following us.
Right.
Right.
Repush.
Pushing
We
through,
try to
pushing down,
push on the
moving
other
to the
side.
diagonal.
Good sustain here actually. Everybody, you can see everybody topped off pretty good. Stab and stuff might have happened pretty good here. We were able to roll through pretty easily, and then pretty much finish off what's here. And then once that we're on this side and the downs that we see over here, we can take care of them by range, and then turn around and look at these guys. Steps, downs on the steps.
Keep pushing all the way to the
Reflects
steps. There we
out.
go. Get here to me. Good job. Bomb on me here. This is definitely.
Okay, so here we are turning around. There are a bunch of downs up
Push
there
back
because
up to
bugs
the
are
murder
taking
gate.
care of
Push back
them.
up to murder gate.
So we have free range to come back up.
I mean, EP's still in there.
Focus at the murder gate. There we go. Bomb on me here. Bomb on me here.
Road's
Full-
out.
Full damage here. Full damage
I
right
thought
here.
road's
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Road's out.
Kind of easy at this point. They're broken. They don't have too much. We just have way too many numbers at this point.
So guys, Jesus.
Make it
I just
so.
wanted to
Number
give
one.
them a-
Which one's not? Which one of us is number one?
Wow.
Number one.
Okay, this definitely might be the last.
Yay.
This might be the
He's
last
just
fight
trying to run
I
us over with
take
numbers.
care of here.
Entire game plan. See, get this.
Yeah,
Get
except
the
now he
dog
doesn't
go.
have numbers.
Kind of a messy. We could have won, but we had some late
Yay.
reactions on where to put CC and bombing,
One of us still.
so it felt a little
Here we go,
scattered a
Nick.
little bit.
Dance around it a little bit. Here we go.
Stealth again,
Power.
by the way.
Taking Veil on the right.
So we take a veil,
Yeah.
another veil,
Again, here we go.
kind of pretend we're going in.
They just stealth.
Bait it. Bait
They
it.
use-
Pull back. Hey,
we get them to
pull
use
back.
their
Pull back a
stealth.
little bit.
We push back,
Get
we
ready.
use our
Gyro's on
stealth.
tag now.
Again, kind of
Push.
feels like we're being more revealed than they are, but you can kind of see that they are too. So our push here is to go this way, and then wait for them to come out and pounce on them, right? But you should already see that they're already in this general area, right? So if you're a kind of CC range class, you want to kind of start with CCs pretty soon. I would probably wait for speed to get around this area, and then put your CCs here to stop whatever's rushing in this area. You're gonna see that they're gonna see me over here out of stealth, so they might have thought that I was the main push here, so they pushed me. I was able to get out by blinking, but any kind of CCs, any kind of like pressure, maybe not the pressure yet because you want to wait for Screed to call it to get out of stealth. But if you can do some like CCs and stuff, that'll be fine.
Don't hit yet. Don't hit
Okay, you see where he's saying don't hit yet?
yet. Don't hit yet.
I'm fine because I can do it myself, but everybody else is good on the stealth. That's good. Once they started to turn this way, definitely start cutting that CC and cutting their backline and bomb this generation. Don't bomb this side, bomb this side because you want their backline, right? Or anything that stays in the middle here. Good. First push. Don't know how
Here,
it
now nuke. Now range
ultimately
nuke. Range nuke.
finished here.
Range bomb.
So they were able to respond. They were one dead here, and some that we could have got, but they were able to reposition and go around to our tail. So our tail's a little bit behind here. They're able to cut in and hit our backline if possible. So we need to be able to sustain or roll through.
Bomb that shit out.
So
Cross
definitely
reach on tag,
Screed
reach.
needs to stop at that point and put sustain and heals.
On tag. Push through them. Push through them.
And
Back
then
towards the top.
push and then bomb the floor. You want to bomb the floor here because they're going to continue to push in here. Once you bomb the floor, you move out of the way. 'Cause again, I think they used the bubble and they're bombing here. So definitely quick sustain here, stab, heals, to be able to move out of the way. Once you move out of the way, quickly turn around and bomb. There are a couple downs over here. Some people ranging over here. Yuna doing Yuna things. You guys are okay, but some of y'all got stuck here. This was an opportunity to double dodge and super speed and stab here. You guys are okay. You're kind of trying to get in the right position. All might get trapped there as well again. But their green is gonna stop here and turn around and start hitting. So whatever happens over here, you need to start hitting to sustain here so that the rest of the DPS can start hitting and doing their
Back
thing
to the
there.
tower. Get to me here. Get to me here.
IOL,
Get to me here. Roll IOL. There we go. Focus. Straight down.
IOL
Group,
was
guys. Straight
called,
down
so we got some people
Hold
up.
back in,
Anybody
hold
who
back in, hold
didn't,
back in,
start
guys.
running
Good
back.
job. Get some good separation there. Nice job.
Fleck back out.
Focus the down
We got one down.
Everything
Let's
on
take care of
cooldown,
that.
Surge.
Alright, so they're ready to repush here.
I need CC.
You want to hold, you want to keep holding until they get to this line here. And then CC here and bomb. If you have any range, maybe even once they get here, you want to try to CC here so you get that back line. Pretty good.
Come front.
You want to get, you don't want to
Approach,
use stab
CC
just
first.
yet. You want to stab, maybe you guys were just out of position. I don't know if the right call would be to use stab there to help people get out of the way. I would say use it more for if we push, but I don't know what happened with people getting caught there. Stab and super speed could help. Even a self sunbreak could help get you out of that. Because that was just too easy for them to get you guys. The rest of the group did okay with us getting ready over here. Some people still a little bit out of tag. Ultimately, it's
Pressure.
pretty good
Watch
here.
Keep pulling back a little bit more.
Super speed.
Tighten up a little bit.
DPS
Tighten
ready or
up.
no?
No.
Yeah.
5 seconds on Wells.
Trav is ready.
30 on breach. 35 on breach.
Gyro's ready.
10 seconds.
Forget about this
Well,
dude
should be
here.
ready.
Forget about that dude.
Super speed now.
Okay, Yuna doing Yuna things. I think that's my line actually. He might be doing some PCs as well. And then, yeah, the line is just the first precaution. You don't want to use all your CCs here. I think they actually stopped and moved on. So
Here we
Oh,
you
go.
see me
Double
waste
left to
one
the right.
CC here,
Gauge
light
us up,
pressure.
stab up, push in on them.
Okay, at this point, you see how Scree called stab because he's getting ready to push in. Everybody has to stab, super speed, start pushing through. Any CCs, and then double dodge through, and then turn around and bomb the back end. If you have the range, make sure you're doing the same kind of CCs and bombing. Definitely start cleansing the moment you can get. Start cleansing and heals on their end. But you see how one CC was okay to just stop them on their tracks so that they can reposition over that way. And then the moment they start repositioning and moving, then you use your real good CC bomb. You want to use
South,
everything right
gets me
away.
here. Push north. Gets me here. Big nukes here. Big nukes behind us. Big nukes behind us. Bomb.
So we had a chance to cut them off more. We got one dude, and then they got some of our dudes. You guys didn't push with tag. Hesitation
Rope
there.
behind us. Bomb the rope behind us. They're trying to push through us. Get pressure out. Pressure out. Create the giants, guys. Create the giants. Middle their groups. Focus the middle
At this
their
point,
groups.
I'm trying to put more pressure, any kind
I
of
will, I will, I will.
anything on them.
It shouldn't be.
As soon as they
DPS
push, I use my statics for CC.
Pop me here. I need
The
static
backside.
lines out in the
Don't have
in
too
front of
much
their
bombing
group.
left, so
Stop
I
their
drop
push
what I
with the pressure where
can.
the driver is. The guy with the arrow on his head, guys.
Breaching.
I got my bomb almost ready
Down.
here, so I start putting stuff down. So you see how everything's a little bit scattered at this point. Everything's not focused. We have people down over here. We have people down over here. At this point, it's just like free for all. Everyone's doing their own thing.
Not getting.
I fucking rallied
You need a
somehow.
little bit more damage focus.
But yeah, that's going to be the last fight I commentate because I think the rest of the fights were kind of similar and a little more frustrating. This is kind of the fight that I wanted to focus on at the end here because it was the opportunity we had, and the rest was just a little bit worse than this. So
if we can punch
if
him
we
in,
can, if we
we'll
could
stop
do
his
this
push. He's a
right,
firebrand.
then we could have won the
It's
other
gonna take
fights.
more than your normal damage when you're thinking about Mesmer Command.
It is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something.
Corruptions.
If you have any
Necro
questions or
corruptions are
concerns, let
really
us know.
important with this, guys.
And I hope you enjoyed. Take
Corrupting
care.
and then it immediately gets go back.